Welcome back to another episode of RAWTALK. What up? I feel like I haven't seen you in like a year.
How are you?
Very good to see you.
Hi. Good to see you.
You know what it is. You know what time it is. Shout out to one of our sponsors, Roman Swipes. Now, listen, this is a clinically proven way to fucking last longer. All right? If you have a problem lasting longer, listen, we've all been there. We've all had the troubles. It's normal. It's okay. Roman Swipes is dope. They send like their shit, discreet packaging. You don't gotta worry about it. They're gonna be like, yo, my shit. You don't gotta like watch like a hawk the door when the stuff's coming in. So you're like, no, this isn't mine. That's someone else's. I promise. It's yours. It's okay. Don't worry about it. It's super common. But this is an easy way to last longer. You swipe it on your dick, and you gotta wait like 5 minutes, and then you're good to go. Bingo. Okay. Roman Swipes. Get it right now. Now. All right, so go to getroman.com/Bradley and get $10 off your first order of swipes plus 2-day shipping. Free 2-day shipping. So it's like you get the swipes and free 2-day shipping. Yeah, do it. Go to getroman.com/Bradley. Show some love for your day. Show love to your day. Yes. First and foremost,
why would you do that?
Sommer Ray is one of the rarest Pokemons when it comes to like capturing for like any sort of content. So
shut up.
No, seriously. And then they almost fucked this up where like the memory cards are fucked up, but you're here. It's been like, I think like a year and a half.
Yeah, no, it has. Yeah,
since I literally last talked to you.
I think it's like almost 2 years, maybe.
Yeah. Fuck.
No, maybe we saw each other somewhere in like brief passing.
Yeah. What have you been doing?
You know, just chilling and wiggling.
Yeah. What the fuck is that?
What does that mean?
Wiggling? Yeah. What? Like
what? I don't know. I heard it in a movie one time.
Yeah, maybe.
And I thought it was having fun.
Okay.
Yeah, well, good.
I'm a little tipsy because I drank half a seltzer. I'm embarrassed. But I wanted to talk to you because
I thought you had a Celsius.
No, it was like a fucking spritzer drink.
Oh yeah, Bradley with alcohol.
Yeah,
not good.
I'm a little embarrassed of myself.
He's a little pussy.
Yeah, it's okay. Anyways,
if anyone knows, I do.
Oh, God. I actually want to tell that story today, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I think you tell that story. I'm going to tell it, like, officially. There's a real story here. But before
I never ever told anyone that story.
I know. It's one of the most embarrassing stories of my life. But I'll tell it today. We'll talk about it in a second, though. You guys are going to have to wait. But before we get into this, you and I met. I think you were 18 years old when I met you. Mm-hmm. This is like 8 years ago now.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah. You're 26
It's like
now.
almost a decade.
It's literally almost 10 years. Yeah. And I met you through the internet. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you remember. I think the first time we ever like hung out, we were like at some fucking, I feel like we're at like a mall down in like Santa Monica somewhere. And you were still that like manager kid.
Yeah. And we hung out at one house that I was staying at. And I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy. I do remember. It was just so, it was like, it feels like it was forever ago, but then also it feels like it was yesterday. Isn't it weird? Like, time is weird. Very weird.
a lot of shit has happened, too.
Yeah.
And a lot of shit has changed. I'm curious, because I guess kind of jump right into this. I mean, literally 8 years ago, the internet was a completely different place. Like, similar, but
insane.
Different.
I feel like it's like I feel like it's pretty much like night and day.
Today.
Yeah, today. Like, just like everything's changed. Like, I feel like we, like, back in the day, like, weren't really as, like, respected or, like, in business or anything. Everyone was just kind of like, oh, these kids. Now it's, like, influencers are, like, the, like, thing. But back then, no one really, like, you know, we were, like, definitely pioneers. Yeah.
No, for real. I keep seeing more and more things like Mr. Beast, you know, 100 million on YouTube. There's certain influencers who are now, like, creating companies that are starting to compete with, like, big-time companies. Right. Where, like you said, when we first started this, there was no roadmap, there was no like structure, there was no like examples of people who were doing big things in the industry. Yeah. Because the industry was being created in the last literally like 8 to 10 years. Right. And I think it's cool to see that. Obviously, like I remember when I first started doing it, like people were telling me like you're fucking crazy or this or that. But I wanted to ask you, like, being a woman, obviously, and kind of coming from a position of where you first started, where everyone's like, this girl, she's beautiful, you did fitness stuff and her butt's nice, and that kind of evolving into what you're doing now, because I know you're doing more stuff like brand stuff on the back end, like you have more companies, like you've evolved into and a lot more. What is your perspective on like social media, like, and how has it changed over time?
I think it's just so, I mean, like what I was saying about it's more respected now. And like, I remember like no one had brands, like no influencers had brands. And I remember our first meeting, you were like, you need to like create brands and like brand yourself. And like no one was really doing it. It's all about the content and blah, blah. But now like every influencer, like someone blows up like yesterday and then tomorrow they have a brand. It's like crazy. But like, I was like, definitely you're one of the first to like have a clothing line, and then I have a clothing line, and we were like definitely one of the first ones to like do that.
Yeah.
Now everyone has clothing lines and brands and everything, which is really cool to see. It's awesome that we can like do that. But yeah, I think it's just also, I don't know, Instagram, everything just changes. The apps change, like the way you grow, the way everything is just so weird and so different.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, do you like it better now or then?
I mean, then to be transparent, then everything felt more wide open. Like it felt like there was less, because it all becomes financially driven, right? Like these apps grow into these big, massive networks where it's like, oh, okay, you know, we know that these creators are like making money, so like they almost start to remove. It seems like I don't want to say followers, but they remove engagement, or they affect the way that your posts are seen by people.
Yeah, they're doing that. You know, on Facebook, how it's like boost posts or whatever, and you can pay to like boost it to your followers. They're doing that on Instagram too, and they want to start making you pay to like get your content to people. But yeah, back in the day, it was just so fun, and I think it was more fun, and you're just growing, and now it's like everyone's too involved in it. I feel like it was like a world that a lot of people weren't tapped into yet, and now the whole world, I think, understands it more and wants to be an influencer. So it's like back then, it's like people were like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, no one understood it. And now I think there's kind of more of a blue book for it, like a blueprint. Yeah. So people are doing, and now it's just, when too many people get involved, it's not as fun.
Yeah,
because it's just not fun anymore. It's still fun, but yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. It just becomes more like money driven, because a lot of people see it and they go, "Oh, I can make money." I know
people are doing it for the wrong reasons. Like me, I didn't know what it was gonna be. Like there was no blueprint. There was no person that I could look to and be like, "I want to be like them." Yeah. You know what I mean? I was just doing it, and it just kind of happened, and it was fun, and it was. But now it's like they're. Like now people are like, oh, I want to do exactly what she's doing. And like, you know what I mean? It's just like now they're just doing it for the money, and like, this is going to be my career. This is going to be that. So yeah, I think it's not like authentic from a lot of people. Like it was very authentic when we began, because we were just doing what we do. Like we work out, like that was just my life. And I just was like, oh, I want to post on social media. I want to like show people what I do in my life. So yeah. And yeah,
it's completely different now.
It's definitely.
People get into it for like I said, it seems like they get into it just because they see the money, or like what it could be financially, and they're like, oh, I want to start doing this for that. Yeah. Instead of like you said, I know for sure when I got into this, because it wasn't a money thing, because I didn't even know that I could make money doing it. I was just doing shit, like you said, that I actually enjoyed.
Because now it's like, now you get paid on Snapchat, blah, blah. And like Snapchat has always been like my favorite. I love Snapchat. I just post whatever. I don't even watch it. I just post it. Now you get paid on Snapchat from just posting. I'm like, and now you can get paid on Instagram. You can get paid on all these things. And we never got paid for like the 6 years I've been on like all these platforms. I never got a cent from posting or anything. And now everyone's making, it's like crazy how it's changed. Like everything's monetized. Everything's that. It's just like, wow. But it's like you have to just like also have love for people that want to do it. And like, because it's like, obviously if I saw it, I'd probably be like, I want to do that because that's sick. You know what I mean? Because you can make money just posting about your life or whatever. But yeah, it's definitely oversaturated though. Like everyone and their mother is an influencer. That's why I'm like, please, I don't really want to be called an influencer. Like, I don't know. I feel like.
Well, what do you want to evolve into? Because that's my question I kind of want to get into, is like, you've done this for so many years. I've done this for literally more than that. Like I've been doing this for the last 12, 11 years, Ben, right? And you've been like the last 8 years. So I'm not comparing it, but I'm just curious, like, where do you want to see yourself growing into? Like where do you see yourself progressing to?
Yeah, it's just crazy because like 18-year-old me, like I used to just be like, so obsessed with like work. You know, I still love to work out and like post my body, but it's like weird how like when you grow, you kind of like change, and what inspires you is a little different. I'm just like really getting into like building my brands, obviously my businesses, and like fashion and like beauty and all that kind of other fun stuff. So
yeah, stuff that's kind of been a part of your life the whole time.
Yeah, it's been there the whole time, but I haven't really. And also, it's kind of hard when people see you as a certain thing and like you don't want to change it, because then it's like everyone's like, people put you in a box and they want you to stay in your box, and the second you start, they're like, what the hell, what is she doing? But it's like, it has been me this whole time. Like, I'm not just gonna be like 40 years old like in a bikini on Instagram. Like, maybe, I mean, my mom is.
yeah.
Fuck it, I will be.
Still,
I mean, I'm always gonna have that aspect that is like what I love, but I just like to add to it, you know?
Yeah. Why do you think people always try to put you in a box? Like, not you just specifically, but
like people in general.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think people maybe like what they're comfortable with. So it's like they think they know you for something, and then people hate change, and they hate, you know what I mean? So they're like, what? No. And then, they don't want to see you be anything but that, or like they're mean, or like, I don't know. Like people are funny.
Yeah. It's interesting.
But also what I'm really getting into is like DJing and stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that.
Yeah, so it's just like I've always wanted to do something in music, and I've always kind of been like a little hesitant, because it's like I don't want people to be like, oh, she's doing it, because like, you know, it's like another thing, like doing something new. It's always a little scary because everyone wants to put you in a box and not have you do anything else. But I mean, I used to get paid back in the day for just standing in the club and stuff, a lot of money, like OG Instagram days, you know.
The good old days.
The good old
I love
days.
those days.
Dude, the way you got paid and everything, there's no like stats or anything. It's like, oh, yep, here's the fucking PayPal.
Yeah.
I used to get shit in cash. It's the best days. I would get like a stack of cash for going into a club type. It was great.
Yeah, good times.
But now it's like, I want to not just be the hot girl that's like standing in the club. I want to like do something. Like, and I can play I love music. Like, I love playing. So I've like actually been taking like the last 2-3 years really learning the board and like really doing it for real, because I'm not gonna be like the type to just like plug in like and push play and like not actually do anything. Like, I actually mix, and it's pretty fun because I have been going, like I did it at Bootsy the other day, and like they were like actually blown away like that I'm actually DJing, because like a lot of people I guess don't actually DJ.
You're not just a press the button.
Oh no, I'm mixing. Like, I'm like sweating and stuff, because it's like at club too, you have to like, you don't want it to overplay, because then people get a little bored, so you have to try. It's a process. It's like fun. It's like, it's actually kind of like work.
How long have you done this for?
I didn't want to start like doing it like live until I actually knew how to DJ. So I've been learning for like 2 years, and like kind of trying to get my confidence up to do it too, because it also goes to the, you know, it's kind of hard to put yourself out there sometimes. So I was kind of, I don't know, but it's like I have to just do it. You know, it's passion and it's fun, and I have to like not take it so seriously, because people want to hate or say whatever. It's like, guys, I'm just playing some music. Like, let me be, and it's fun to work the board. So
Yeah, so I imagine they're probably saying shit like, why are you doing this? Just be
oh yeah, it's weird. And they think like, oh, this is the next step in an Instagram model's career. I'm like, fuck, sure. That's funny.
It is definitely a thing. I mean, I realize that, like, even with the stuff that I've done over the years, like you said, people want to put you in a box. A lot of times it just comes down to like that person's own like insecurities with what I think they might be capable of.
Yeah, I think that everything also just comes from, everything is a reflection of someone. Like, how they act and what they say, and everything is just a reflection of how they feel about themselves, or, you know what I mean? So it's like, a happy person is never going to say anything mean or anything. So I've always said that, like, not letting that stuff get to me. And I just feel bad for people when they're mean, because it's like, I'm not mean. It's not hard not to be mean. You know what I mean? Like, people just shouldn't be mean. But also, it's just everyone's going through something that you don't know about. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's a fact. We all go through fucked up shit. When were you at, I just go through that. Like, when were you at your lowest point? And then we'll talk about when you're at your highest point, like through all this. Because 8 years, right? It's a very long time. Have you ever had like a super low?
It's just crazy, because honestly, my crazy ass, it's like it changes by the month. I'm like, I could have like a good like 6 months, and I could have a horrible 6 months. It's like, and like it can go, I don't know, it's just like this. Like, it's never like, I don't know, I think, it's just, I don't think there's like a certain time that was like my highest month. I think it's just like I have really good moments and then some low moments, but I never really let the low moments last too long. So it's not really like a really, really low moment. Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah.
I'm really tired too. Like
No, it's all good.
I'm running on like 2 hours of sleep right now. So just so
Yeah.
you know,
No,
do I seem low?
No, not at all.
Am I usually more? Usually I do podcasts and people are like, "Is she on drugs?" Because I'm so like this, but I'm just usually pretty hyper. But I'm really tired.
No, you seem great. I
Okay,
actually
great.
got hit in the face the other day. Did you see that video on Instagram?
What did you get hit with?
I got in a fight. Yeah, I got in a fight.
What the fuck?
No, I can't get in a fight. No, it was a
Am I
dumbass.
allowed to cuss?
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
of course.
shit. Okay.
It was like a stupid lifting video, like where I was like pressing a girl, and then she was standing on the plate, and I'm pressing it, and like it's like a bumper plate, so it's a little mushy, and then she kicked the plate off and it just smacked me. I'll show you the video after the
fuck.
pod, but that's why my lips fucked up and like I look super.
Oh, I didn't really notice.
Okay, cool. All right.
Okay,
good.
no,
All right,
I thought maybe you just
sweet.
needed some chapstick. I'm like, get Bradley some fucking chapstick in this bitch.
No, it's been like I'll show you. I'll show you later so you see it. But so you've never really had like a super.
I remember when I was around, I think, in the first days of those videos that you started doing. I was in some of them. I think
Yeah.
you've really taken it to the next level nowadays.
Yeah. I've also like. That was like I finally got hurt.
Remember you did it on the hoverboard?
Yeah,
With
you
me?
and the two girls up here.
Yeah, dude, I was so scared. Like, I do not like
Like
that
I'm
shit.
honestly looking back, I'm like, we're so lucky that you didn't get hurt.
Dude, the whole time I knew I was like, guys, I'm gonna die. Like, I'm not really willing to die for the content.
Nah,
Sorry.
I've really done some dumb shit looking back for sure, and
Well,
it's
I
always
think
worked out.
One of the first ones, I don't know how many you did before me, but remember at the Gold's Gym in Venice, and you were like jumping on the things, and I was on you.
On my back, yeah.
Yeah, I think that was like
That was one of the very first videos. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Fuck,
That
it's
is
such
insane.
a long time ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, it finally caught up to me. I got smacked. I'll show you the video after.
I'm surprised you haven't gotten like more hurt because
No.
you do some crazy shit.
Yeah, I'm fucking God, thank you. He looked out for me for sure. I got lucky,
Yeah.
but it's like it's almost like this happened. I was like, maybe I should chill. Maybe this is like
Maybe I should chill.
because like I
Yeah.
could have lost my teeth. I could have lost like my
That's
nose
my
up.
worst fear.
Losing your teeth.
Yeah, I don't like if you like something happens to your teeth and you need like to have veneers or something. It's just never the same.
You gotta have those big horse teeth forever. You know that people do that shit.
No, people do that. They have I have friends that have pretty good teeth normally, and then they go shave them all down and put on these like thick ass. I'm like, babe,
Why'd you do that?
why'd you do that? I'm like, people are funny. I'm like,
Yeah.
everyone's always striving for like perfection. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like they just
absolutely.
can't like if. But I was like that when I was little. I always wanted veneers. I was like, I'm gonna get veneers. My mom was like, what? You have perfect teeth. What are you talking about? And now a lot of people say that to me. So I'm like, why are like humans so like that? We always want and want and want. Even if we have it, we still want.
Yeah.
It's so weird. I always think about that.
Like why people are like that?
Yeah, because it's like, I remember back when I first started, I used to think like, this is before anyone had like 1 million followers on Instagram. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, I would be like, oh my God, like if I had 1 million followers, I'd be set for like, that's like my end goal is like 1 million followers. And then you get that and then it's always something like,
Yeah.
you know, like at one point I might think like, oh, I'm good. But it's like, I'm just so not content with what I've built or whatever. And it's just like, as humans, it's just like we always want more. It's
Yeah.
like, what?
It's a never enough thing.
It's never enough. You could literally be a billionaire and still like, you know what I mean? It's just crazy. It's
Yeah.
like, when do you find like that like contentment with like, this is enough. This is good.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Well,
you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And you're so right. I mean, the truth is we're taught like in this society, specifically like Western culture, we're taught to like always go and get more. And I myself, I'm not saying at all that I'm outside of that because I fully live that like, but I genuinely enjoy it. Like I really do genuinely enjoy it. But I think most people are put into this like system where they feel like they have to like, they just have to keep getting more, whether it be more money or like they want to look prettier, or they want to look better. Like it's never enough. And it's like, you know, the girls who get like the butt injections or like the lip injections, the next thing you know, they kind of look like ducks or like their butt looks too crazy. And it's like, at what point were you like,
that's like a prime example of the wanting more and more and more. It's always girls too that were like better before that. And you think like it has to be like kind of like a chemical imbalance or something in your brain that like they're looking in the mirror and thinking that's not enough or thinking that they didn't look good before. It's like, I think it's like an obsession, like, because it gets to the point where it's like, babe, like,
yeah,
you think this looks good?
yeah, well,
I'm
it's fucked
sorry.
up. It's fucked up because it is also, this is the interesting thing about it. It is also related to, I really genuinely believe, social media. Like, because we're constantly, like, every time you get on there, it's a highlight reel, right? It's been this way for years.
Yeah.
We've talked about this before, but it's the constant, like, you look at someone else's life, like what they look like or what they have, and you're like, you relate like almost their age to your age, and you're like, damn, if this 18-year-old and I'm 18, he has that, I should have that, or if I'm 25 and he's 18, he has more than me, how come he has more than me? And this constant, like, comparison. It's all about comparison, which is causing people to, like, continue to, like, push themselves down really, really down roads like they don't necessarily want to go, but they think they need it to, like, be at some sort of status or stature.
Yeah, I think it's like not a natural, normal thing. Like, we as humans weren't made to have these screens in front of us constantly showing us everyone's better life, you know?
No way.
Like, I remember even when I was a little girl and I would be at, like, I grew up with, like, no cable and, like, a ranch, like, really didn't see a lot. But when I would, like, go to the grocery store and my mom would be, like, on the checkout and I have the magazines and all that stuff, I'd, like, see the women and stuff, and I'd, like, want my mom to buy it, and I'd be, like, wanting to look like them and, like, all this stuff. Like, I literally remember this time that I, like, went into I, like, thought I was going to, like, make myself look like one of these girls. It was weird because we as little kids, like, our brains are just crazy. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We like don't know ourselves, so we don't know the value in ourselves really yet, so we think everyone else is better, blah blah. And I think that's kind of always a mentality. But, like, I can't imagine, because I know what that did to me as a little girl, even with those magazines, so I can't imagine what it is for these girls now. And then when I talk about it, I feel bad for girls, blah blah. People will be like, Summer, you're part of the problem, you are the problem. But it's like, well, I can't, like, not do what I do because of that. But the thing is, I do stay natural and I do work out, and I do want to be a positive, like,
yeah, I gotta say,
you know?
this, like, you've never done any, I don't want to call it weird shit, but you've never done your lip, like, you've never done that stuff. You know, you've always been natural since I've known you.
Right.
Like, yeah, you might wear makeup here or there, but, like, you've never, like, done any of that. So, like, why would you give off that? Just because you looked good? And
I think people, like, because you're posting that you look good, and then other girls are comparing themselves, blah blah blah. So it's like there's always different sides to everyone can have a different perspective on everything, and everyone can come and say that, whatever. But I don't feel that I tried to do that to girls. I would love to be a good example for them and motivate them and want them to work out, take care of themselves, blah blah. I want to be a good example that you don't need that stuff. Like, like, you know, I always want be you and, like, be real. Like, that's always been, like, my saying. But I just feel for girls, kids in general, I feel for the youth, like, that they have to grow up with this, because I didn't grow up with a phone. You definitely didn't grow up with a phone. We didn't.
Yeah. Why you gotta age me like that?
No, I'm just saying, like, my sister is 31, 32, and she, like, I think she was, like, the last generation of, like, really not growing up with a phone.
Yeah, I'm 33. So,
So, because I had a phone when I was, like, 13. I got, like, an iPhone when my mom got one, but we were, like, playing on it, and I didn't fully get my own phone, like, iPhone, until I was, like, 15, 16.
Yeah.
But these kids are having these phones when they're, like, coming out of the womb, and at the delivery room, they're, like, handing them an iPad.
Yeah.
So it's just like, oof. Like, it has to be so tough, because it's tough on my mental health. Like, I compare myself, and I'm always scrolling and looking at other girls, blah, blah, blah. And people would think, like, oh, she probably would never do that, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, it doesn't matter. Like, everyone does it, and everyone has insecurities, and it's just, You know what I think it comes down to? And I was talking about this in other podcasts, and like I was on the Full Send. I do the podcast with them, and I said this on their podcast, and I feel like I've talked about this before on mine with another guy named Sneeko when I was in Miami. But it comes down to obviously the age thing. You can't control this, which is crazy, because kids are given these phones so early. But it comes down to critical thinking, because what's happening, like, what would you say you see most on the internet nowadays, like, as far as content? Just curious. Videos?
Yeah, like, of what? Videos of what do you see most on like, you just see, what do you see most of?
To be honest, I don't ever get on TikTok.
Amazing. Holy shit.
I don't. It's really bad for my mental health. Like, I have, like, my assistants, like, if I need to do, like, sounds, I, like, say, like, hey, can you find me a sound for this? Like, I've, like, felt like TikTok really messed my mental health.
Okay.
Like, a lot. So I never get on TikTok. And when I'm on Instagram, you know how you can snooze the post from, like, like, you know, if it has a suggested post, like if you're scrolling and you see like a post from someone, you're like, I don't follow this person. I'm like, what? Because they're trying to like put like other people's posts on your page, like like how TikTok kind of look for you. And I'm like, no, I snooze it for 30 days because I don't want to see. I just want to see my friends. So I don't know, or like people I follow. So I don't know. I mean. Okay. I don't really.
That's fine. No, so that's amazing. Your fucking mental health's probably like way better.
And I started seeing a therapist and stuff because I'm like, I'm a little cuckoo sometimes. So yeah, no, it is good. Mental health is like really, really a thing that like you have to work on it. Like, you know what I mean? Just like your body and just everything. Like you have to like work on your mental health. Yeah. And just like having someone to talk to, and you know, this bitch likes to talk.
Yeah. So shit, I want to finish this point, but I also want to talk about this mental health thing. So I'm going to come back to the mental health thing right after this, but I think that this is what I was going to say. On the internet now, everything is like clip driven. Everything is like just you only get an excerpt of someone's life, right? So if you see a clip, for example, where someone says this, right? Because let's say it's a popular clip and it does well, and then like it kind of picks up and you see it, and then you take it for what it is and you go, okay, like this is important, right? People are being taught like what's important versus what's not important based off like how good it does on the internet. Because like now everyone sees it. So if you see a clip, it's gone viral because like someone says something that's like you know about the Andrew Tate thing, right? No, okay. So like.
Guys, I don't really stay up to date with stuff. So.
Dude, that's amazing. We're
really
gonna talk.
Don't want to.
No, it's fun. That's actually incredible. We're gonna talk about that in a sec with the mental health stuff. But the point being is that like on the internet today, like everything is so now closely tied to like what does well, and then just continues to kind of do well, and like also what you watch, you continue to see more of it. So it kind of puts you down this hole, like oftentimes a very negative hole, because a lot of times like more negative stuff seems to rise to the top, like things that bad that happen. Like I post this video of me getting smacked in the face, like fucking my lip up, and it's like viral because it's like, oh, bad happened, we're all watching this, right? Just a small example. But my point is, you tend to see like I said, either the negative stuff or like something that, you know, maybe they're saying something that's kind of like controversial, and it tends to rise to the top of everyone's like on TikTok For You page or your Explore page, etc. And I think the reason why people get so caught up in like looking or being a certain way, because like it's pushed that content, let's say specifically in this case for women, like the overly sexualized stuff will always kind of rise to the top because it's getting more engagement and it just keeps rising. And so then it's like making women think, oh, I have to look like this, I have to have lips like this or butt like this or whatever. And obviously some people, maybe they'll try to blame you because like you posted that kind of stuff, but it's like that was just you. You weren't like I
really was a pioneer so much.
No, it's crazy. It's crazy.
I remember when I posted pictures like that, the videos and stuff, people were like
do you remember,
like dumbfounded, like this bitch is really posting this? And now you can go to any girl's page, they have at least a few belfies. Like butt pics.
Do you remember that video of you in the street and you were jumping rope? That shit went crazy.
The one when I'm like with the Nicki
Jay
song.
Did it. Yeah, I think Jay did it. Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's crazy how like you can like really, I don't know, it's just like the videos and all that kind of stuff. I really like empowered that movement. I'm like, I don't know if I should be proud of it or not, but
yeah, it's a little bit.
It's like one of those things too for me morally. I'm like very, like it's hard because I feel like everything is like very contradicting in my life because it's like I always want to live like a.
No, you're great. You're making a good point. You're leading me to another thing I want to talk about. Go ahead.
Because it's like for me, you know, I don't sleep around or like anything. Like I'm very like that. Like so. I like to post my body and stuff because I worked fucking hard for it. You know what I mean? Like I've dedicated my life to like working out, blah blah, competitions, all that. So for me, it was never sexual. I wasn't like, oh, I want to post my body. I want to post this video and like shit and like you know, like all these guys lust after me. But it's always been about like I look good and like I worked hard for this. You know what I mean? It just kind of contradicts with like my religious stuff because you know. My relationship with Jesus and then like what I've done and like people are like what I've created, but then I'm like I don't know, like that's very like, so it's like a very contradicting thing in my head all the time. Like I always kind of feel like from it, but then it's like my mom like, and then I have to have like talks with people and like they talk me like okay it's fine, like I don't know, it's just, you know what I'm saying? I might be mumbling, not really making a lot of sense.
so here's the thing that I was gonna bring up, kind of based on what you're saying, like made content that you knew obviously was getting engagement. Here's where it gets interesting. Like I said, people are so engaged with like certain bits because of like the butt or like the thing that's controversial, and it gets the views, so people just see that. This is what I'm talking about. The problem with all this and social media, it's created this like clip mentality, I'll call it. Like people don't have the critical thinking. But at the same time, the thing that I find interesting about you is like right now you sit here and you say, but I'm also this person and I believe in this and these are my morals, etc. This is where it gets fucked up, is because people don't get to see that because they only see the part that's getting popular and viral of you.
But the thing is, if I were to go on social media and tell everyone that I love Jesus, you know, people would unfollow me. People would be like, you're like, no, I hate this bitch. It doesn't matter. I could literally sit down, like, do this really profound video, put a lot of money into it, and, like, have this amazing message that's, like, very empowering and, like, blah, blah, blah. Ew, everyone's like, this is disgusting. I can literally put my phone right here, shake my ass for 1.5 seconds, and literally, but it's just like, why are humans like that? And it's just like, that's just been always the time, though. It's always been around all the time, because think about when we were in line, when like you're at the grocery store and you see all the things when we were younger, that was kind of like our news. It's always bad stuff, bad stuff, bad stuff. When you're on the on the Snapchat news, it's always bad stuff. News,
every time.
Everything's bad. They don't say like, oh, this girl did this and she's empowering this and she's amazing. No, it's like, oh, I could go do something. I could make my businesses donate all the money to charity and no one's gonna care. I can literally like, Sommer Ray dates this guy and fucks this guy and then dumps it, like, and everyone's gonna be like, wow, what'd she do? Like, it's so like one time. When like back in the day, like 7-8 years ago, like one of my managers was like asking like how like I can get on like some tabloids or whatever, and they're like, Summer needs to be pictured with a celebrity, like a male celebrity. That's how these girls do it. And I'm like, bitch, I am not doing that. I'm like, no, it's like I don't ever want to be pictured or like popular based off like being seen with a guy. But that is like the world we live in too, like for females. Like the biggest females are popular based off who they've dated. Like, it's crazy. It's like, no, not me. I'm like, I'm good. Yeah. But
did you see the Adam Levine stuff? Have you seen
I've
that?
I've just seen the thing that's really funny to me is the brands posting it, and it's like a picture of their product. Holy fuck, this is absurd.
I was gonna make one.
Dude, this is fucking funny.
It's funny, but have
I'm
you
like
seen?
Dying.
But have you seen the girl's video? Like how she outed it.
Well, I didn't watch it, and I don't know. For me, I was talking about this with my friend the other day. I'm like, I think that the cheating culture, like on social media, is like absurd. And I'm like, is this going to kind of like help guys be like a little hesitant to DM every fucking bitch on the internet? You know what I mean? But then sometimes guys are stupid, so probably not. But like these guys, like dude, like back in the day it was really bad because now you can unsend messages. But you know, every athlete person in the world have DM'd me.
Oh, I know that. Yeah.
And like I've never replied to like anyone.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Like you really haven't.
No, I haven't.
It's fucking
no, because that's like I'm not trying to fuck, you know. But if I had something that some business proposal or like I want to make a song with them, then I'm gonna hit them. But it's like, what, we're gonna hang out and you're gonna be upset because I'm not gonna fuck you? Like,
yeah, you knew what it was.
I know what it is. Like what I am on the internet and stuff. It's like that's not really who I am as a person, and like you know what I mean. So I'm not like I'm showing my ass, but people get the wrong idea. It's like just because I'm showing my ass or like whatever, it doesn't mean you can like touch it or like do anything with it. It's like, I don't know. Yeah. I've always had like a different view of like my body and stuff because like bodybuilding and my family, I come from like a background of like bodybuilders who look at the body in like a very different way, not sexualized. Yeah. Like my dad was my coach, like I'm in the thong around him, you know. So that sounds weird, but
to be fair, you did somewhat sexualize yourself, of course, with the content.
Oh, you have but it's like it's not like I went into it thinking that, but it's like, it's sexual.
It's fucked because,
but it's not like, okay, you know, some girls do it like they're like spreading their legs and they do pose. I've never done like overly sexual poses. Yeah. And I've never like twerked full on. I like do a little booty jiggle, like like I've never.
Is it because you can't twerk though?
No, I don't want to twerk.
Okay,
I don't want to twerk. I've never even tried because I don't even want to twerk. That's a little too much for me. I have like a very like strict line of like what's too much for me. Yeah. And I want my grandma to send me my pics and be like, you look so beautiful. She does that to all my photos, so I'm fine. Like I don't want my grandma to be like, what the hell is this? Yeah, yeah. You know what I mean?
I just wish there was like along the way. I think the problem, like I said, the bigger problem comes from like just what social media makes rise to the top. and like the pressure to have to be a certain way.
My mom always says, like, Summer, it's not you. You're not the one. Like, you can't, like, you're not in control of what other people do or think or whatever. Like, if a guy's lusting after you, you're not in control of that. But it is a hard balance because it's like, I like to feel sexy. I like to, like, but it's not like I'm doing, it's like a hard subject because some people can be like, oh, you do this, like you want men to slash, blah, 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 blah. And then from my point of view, so it's like, you just got to do what makes you happy. Like, I'm like, whatever.
Yeah. I guess I wish like there was a way that the content like this, where you actually speak and you talk about it, just rose to the top more. You know what I'm saying?
It won't. It would not. I could go on here and talk about someone cheating with blah, 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 and everyone's going to be like, oh my God. But you talk about this stuff, no one cares. You know what I mean? So it's just like.
How do you think people can change that? Because I think over time, I do genuinely believe this. Over time, people have cared more and more about that because I think people are getting tired of just that.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like no substance. You know what I mean? I feel like the music we listen to, all the like rap, blah, blah, no substance. Like, where are the Tupacs? Where are the,
not only no substance, I think also negative substance.
It's like the way they talk about women. It's like we live in this like woke society of like all this stuff, and then we let the like songs blow up that are like so talking so poorly about women, and then that's okay. I don't know. There's just so much stuff happening in the world. I'm like, I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. I'm like, the feminists aren't talking about these rap songs.
Yeah, no, it's real. It's real.
Like, it
is crazy. It's
they're still like twerking and shit to like, they're like saying some gross shit about women. I'm like, that's why it's like, I kind of like rap, but sometimes I listen to it and I'm like, I have to turn my country back on. I'm like, this shit is too much.
And I don't think people realize how much like the stuff you listen to, like just the words that you continuously play to yourself, or even the words you continuously say,
it's so
it affects
crazy to your brain. Like people who are like constantly listening to this kind of stuff, oh my gosh, it has to be doing something to your, and like the negativity, like in your ears, blaring out your like, I'm like in a bad mood when I listen to music that's not like too positive.
Yeah. Let's shift it a little bit. I want to talk about the mental health.
I know,
stuff.
where are we going?
No, this is great. No, it's amazing.
You know, I like to go down some rabbit holes, and then I make a like no sense. People sometimes,
you definitely
like,
make
this
sense.
This girl's like a little crazy. It's just I think I have ADD bad.
You do. It's fine. I have it too.
I just realized that.
We're like the same.
I just realized that.
I've just gotten better at controlling it.
But I don't want to take drugs. Someone was like, "What's that thing that you take?" Adderall. Do you think I should take that? I don't know. I'm really against drugs.
No.
But the thing is like, would it help me focus? Because I cannot stay like focused on one thing. Like my house, like when I'm cleaning, I'll be doing something, and then I'm like in the other room doing something completely different. 5 seconds. I never can like finish anything.
Yeah, maybe it could help you. I don't know.
I do need some. I'm like. Even when I'm having a conversation, like something else pops, and then I forget about what I was just saying, and then I go, and it's like I didn't end what I was just saying. So you're like, I made no point. Yeah.
I feel like I'm the same way. I've just gotten better at just controlling.
Yeah,
it.
you're talking. I haven't been on a podcast. This is my first podcast since the last time I was like on Impulsive or something.
Yeah. I'm glad you're here.
I never talk on podcasts or anything, so I'm a little rusty.
No, you're great.
And I've never been good.
But yeah, it's just the reason why I'm talking about it, I shifted to mental health in relationship to the thing we were just talking about, is because like all the stuff and content and making it and being a part of it. And I know for years, because I've known you for years, you get a ton of negative feedback, you get a ton of positive feedback. People judge you, this and that. And I know you kind of just do your thing, but like, where did you start to experience the most like issues with your mental health, where you're like, I gotta go see a therapist, or I need to figure this out? Like, when did you start to experience that, or like the realization of this is important for me to go figure this out more?
Yeah, I think the main reason, to be 100% honest, is why I want a therapist is like, I'm just like bad at relationships. That's fair. I just break up with people. Like, I can never, like, people think like I can't keep a relationship because like the guys want to, I've never been broken up with, and I do the breaking up with, and like, I just have like such a short threshold for any bullshit, and I'll just drop you and like move on like it's nothing. And it's just like, I can't be like that. And I think it's from a lot of trauma, and I think it's from some like family issues and like things that
like your upbringing.
Yeah, like I think people don't realize how much stuff that affected you when you're young. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So no one's family's perfect. We all go through like bullshit, so definitely have some things in my family have probably affected me, and I just like do trauma work and stuff. And
what do you think those things are? Have you gone through things that are like actually Could you talk about it? I don't know how you feel.
I don't know. I mean, it's just like parents, like, I don't know. My parents divorced and all that kind of stuff. And just like, there's just a lot of like little things, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's like, I don't want to like call people out my family. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I start saying stuff, they're like, they can listen to this. So it's like, yeah, I don't want to like call anything out.
That's fair.
But I don't know. I think things affect you that you don't even realize. Like, even if like you don't think, like you say, it's like, it doesn't seem like it's a big deal, but like little things really affect you. Like, I have like abandonment issue, all these like type of things.
Well, this is a fact.
Like,
we internalize stuff.
Yeah.
Whether you say it out loud or not, things that happen to you, it's a fact.
Like,
they do affect
so
you.
I was talking to my therapist about it, and it's like, you like hold these, it's like this trauma work thing, and like you think about it and can talk about things, and it like does this like thing to your brain, like just to work through trauma. Because like you have like, the trauma gets like stuck in your brain. So like something that triggers it and it gets stuck there, and like that's why you react, because you don't even know why you're reacting or why that was a trigger, but it was something that happened so long ago and you're holding on to it in your brain. So you have to like work through it and like get it away.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely. You're subconscious. I've gone into all this kind of shit because I have so much fucked up trauma.
Yeah, so, right. So yeah, it's just like stuff. So it's just bullshit. You just have to work. Everyone has trauma. No one has a perfect like childhood or like anything. Some worse than others, but like everyone deals with stuff differently than others. Like I've dealt with stuff in my childhood way better than maybe my siblings did, but it's all relative, you know? Yeah. So I think that was definitely a time where I was like, maybe I need some therapy, because I need to learn. How am I ever going to be in a happy, healthy relationship if I'm always so like, you know what I mean?
What are the things that break it for you? Like, it's not enough. It's not enough this. It's not like communication.
Maybe, just not enough. I mean, maybe I picked the wrong guys too. You know, I don't have like a good like dating history.
It's so funny. It's just funny because I've legit known you for so many years. Because I've heard.
I think you know every single boyfriend I've ever had, because like when I moved here, I was single.
I know.
So yeah, I mean, that is a big thing. Like, because it's like when you get older and stuff. Like, I was like, it's like overnight, I feel like I'm 26. It's like, what the fuck? I always used to be like the youngest girl. Like, everyone was like, wow, she's so young doing this, it's so young. And now I'm like the old bitch, because like, what the fuck happened? And then during COVID, they stripped us of 2 years.
Yeah,
I think we need to get those 2 years back.
Yeah, we need that fucking rebate.
I was like, bitch, I'm not 26, I am 24. Okay.
Yeah, they really, you know, I'm not gonna lie. I was talking to someone about this earlier. Like the COVID switch, like, it really like almost felt like a time swap. It was like a weird time where it just went by so quick. And
dude, it is actually fucked up though, because I'm like, I don't feel 26 because I didn't live like I have some more things I need to do to make me feel like I'm a little bit more 26. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I have a question. Like, what, you know, that's what I wanted to ask you originally. You were saying earlier about everyone kind of their timing's different as far as like understanding like that they have those like things that they push down. What you think started or spawned, like which maybe after which relationship were you like, yo, I should start like dealing with this, because it's the guy thing, right? You were talking about the relationship issue. Like, what started that? Like, I should go to therapy.
Oh yeah, I think before, like I've dated guys that I didn't really care about the breakup, and like I'm over it. I think like my last one, maybe I was a little bit more like, fuck, like, you know what I mean? Like maybe I didn't want that to end. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you think that you're the issue, and then I don't want it to happen for my future relationship, you know what I mean? Because like, even if they don't do something that bad, like I just am done. Like I just like don't take shit. Like I'm not very forgiving, and I don't have unconditional love. You know what I mean? Like I can love you, and like if you're being perfect, but the second you do something to piss me off or fuck up or in any way, so I have so many friends that are so forgiving, and like I'm like, bitch, I would not talk to that motherfucker ever again in your life. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not like cheating and all that stuff is like a no forever, but like I'm not easy to deal with in relationships for sure, and it's just something I want to work on. But like in other relationships, the weird thing about it is like in friend relationships and everything else, I'm like the most easygoing person ever. But in like my relationships, I'm very alpha. And it's like, I can't be like that. It's
interesting,
just like, but in friends, like if I tell my friends that, they're like, what? Because in my my relationships with my friends and stuff, I'm not alpha at all. I'm very go with the flow, like just like la-di-da, like not really that care. But in relationships, I'm just like very, I just know, I think too highly of my significant other, in a sense of like, if I'm claiming you and I feel like my significant other is like another version of me. Like we're like the same person, you know what I mean? So if I feel like disrespected in any way, or I feel like they're doing something that's pissing me off or not making us look good or something, I get so mad. I think I just have too much expectations, you know what I mean? Like I think I'm like a hopeless romantic too, and I just want like the perfect guy that's gonna give me all his time, love, affection. Like I'm like needy in that kind of stuff, and I will not put up with shit at all. You know what I mean? And I really want a loyal guy. I'm very loyal, so I want like a good loyal dude. Yeah. But it's like that's like a fucking rare Pokemon.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting one. But fuck, that is really but it sounds like the thing that's interesting about this with you is like it's almost like you want someone that's like perfect.
Yeah.
But it's like...
But that's why I'm going to therapy.
You know that's an ego thing, though, right?
Oh, I have a huge ego in relationships. Okay. I'm not one to sit here and say I'm perfect. That's one thing about me is, like, I will tell you how fucked up I am right now and how I can be a little crazy, whatever. But, yeah, I'm not here to hide it.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I think the craziest bitches are the ones who say they aren't crazy.
For sure they are.
Yeah,
They're absolutely the craziest.
I just, like, working on like, as long as you're, like, trying to be better and do better, I'm always, like, down to be better. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not, like, gonna sit here and be like, no, I'm perfect. Like, that was him. Like, he's a dick, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, it's like, the older I get, especially, I can be like, maybe I was a little in the wrong for that one or that. Yeah. But I am a great girlfriend in so many other ways, so I can't put myself fully down, but yeah.
Yeah. So what have you learned, I guess, from your last relationship that you felt like, because if you look back and you're like, that one, you were like, fuck, maybe I fucked up, or maybe I could have done this differently. What do you think sparked that? Like, where'd that come from? When do you think you started to realize, like, I need to do this differently?
I think it's just coming from, like, other boyfriends that I've broken, because I, like, dude, I'll cold turkey, just, like, fucking cold ass bitch, just, like, never speak. Every ex I've ever had, I've never spoke to them. They've like, mostly every single one of them have reached out to me on countless occasions, and I never reply. I will never talk to them again. Like, I am, like, cold. Yeah. And I think with I think I've never really been, like, fully in, like, love. So it's, like, easy for me.
But what do you consider that? Like, how are you knowing that you haven't been fully in love? Like, how do you consider it love? How do you know you're fully in love? I don't
know. That's such a... I don't know. Okay. I don't even know if I've ever been in love. I don't know. I don't even know. Okay. I really don't know. Because in every relationship, I think that I am, maybe. And then afterwards, I'm like, fuck. But, like, I think, like, maybe... I don't know. I think, like... I feel like the last one is, like... The first time I thought maybe it could, like, last forever, and then when it doesn't, it's like, was it because of me? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
And then I'm like, it's just I'm in the constant cycle, and also another thing too, I'm just single.
We've talked about this before.
Dude, you told me. Every single person in my life tells me I need to be single. It's like a big thing. And the thing is, like, I don't sleep around. I don't do that. I just, like, I'm a lover. You know what I mean? Like, I love to, like, have a boyfriend. You know what I mean? I love to, like, have that support system and have that, your person. Like, I like to have a person, you know? But it's just, like, I date the wrong guys, for one. Because then I'm like, I don't know, I'm just crazy. And I know, I'm like, if people want to bring up my dating roster, I'm like, please stop. Please stop. I'm not proud. But I haven't had sex with most of them, so.
With most of them. I hear this one. I hear this one about the MGK thing. That's like, you didn't have sex with that guy?
No. Guys, I'm not talking about him ever again. Like,
okay, we can cut that. We can cut that.
It's fine. I mean, we didn't talk enough. It's fine. I'm just saying, yeah, no more talking.
Well, look, I mean, I'll just say fuck that guy. I hate that guy.
You do?
Yeah, I saw him at fucking Leo and Lily's. He walked in with fucking that chick he's dating, Megan Fox. And I saw Megan Fox. I told this story on the podcast before. I saw Megan Fox, and I didn't see him. And I opened the door, like, we're opening the door at the same time. And I was like, kind of drunk because I was drinking, like, mimosas with my boys.
Oh, he had one sip?
No, legit.
I had like, one sip of mimosa.
Nah, I had like four mimosas. But I opened the door and I go, oh, shit, it's Megan Fox. Like, just, I didn't see this guy with her. And then I start to walk out. And then he looks at me like, this fucking idiot. What the fuck? Like, why would you say that? And I was a little drunk, so I got mad. So I turned around. I was like, fuck you, bitch. I'll beat the fuck out of you. He didn't turn around. He didn't look at me. And and I kind of kept staring, waiting him to turn. He didn't turn, but then I looked down, his daughter was there, so I was like, I'm not gonna be an asshole. But fuck this bitch. I'll beat the fuck out of him if I see him in person, straight up. But it has nothing to do with you, just because he was dickhead to me.
Yeah, no, I never want to talk about it. I want to erase that from my life.
Yeah.
So what was I saying?
I'm not sure, but what I do want to ask you, fuck all that stuff.
No, I'm just saying I need to be single. I need to focus on me. I don't want to like get into another relationship. And I always say I want to be single, and then
someone fucking
Mr. Perfect pulls up, and I'm always like, no, I don't want a boyfriend. I don't want a boyfriend, and then something. So I'm single for like a while. I'm gonna be single.
That's fucking cap, dude.
No. I really am. I'm really gonna be single for like a long time.
Okay. Yo, she's such a capper.
No, I'm not. I have a boyfriend waiting at home for me.
2 weeks. No, it's actually really funny.
No, I really am trying to like. That's also what therapy is for. Like,
okay.
Like I have to. The thing is about it too is like I love being alone. I love my alone time. So it's not that I can't like. Some people need boyfriends because of like the codependent. Like they can't be alone. I love being alone. I love my little baths at home. I have so many animals. Like I'm not alone.
Do you take Epsom salt baths?
Oh yeah,
the
best.
Wow.
Oh yeah, you know
We're
the
like
doctor's the seal, whatever his name, Dr. Teal's.
Yeah.
I have every flavor you can think of. There's this one.
Scent.
No, I eat it. I'm kidding.
Yeah, you eat that shit.
No, you know the green tea one? It's
course.
the best one.
Do you like candles and shit?
Oh yeah, I do the whole
we're
night.
like the same.
I ice my face. You should do the icing.
Ice your face? What the fuck are you talking about?
It's good for your skin to
What do you
ice
mean?
it. Oh, I get this thing from Amazon, and you fill it with water, and then you put it in the freezer, and then you just pop it's like a little popsicle thing, and I just rub it on my face in the bath because girls do it like not in the bath, but I hate being cold, and it makes me cold, so I take a really hot bath, and then I ice my face, and it's kind of nice.
Damn. I'm kind of like, it's like I don't want to admit this to the podcast, but like I'm probably gonna do that tonight.
You honestly, well, how are you gonna get it that fast? You have Amazon delivery on Instant?
I mean, I'm sure I can find that shit at like fucking some like beauty supply place. There's like one down the street.
But you should start taking care of your skin. Guys need to take care of their skin.
Yeah, no, I'm actually really bad at that.
Yeah, no, it's like a thing. Like,
but this isn't. No, you can't judge me on this right now.
No. I'm just saying, like skincare, like wash your face, do some retinol.
Yeah, no, I'm terrible.
Take my gummies.
So we got to talk about this, but I'm terrible, completely terrible at taking care of my skin. I just don't know why. I just don't give a fuck. It's not part of my routine.
Well, the thing is, it's not as frowned upon guys aging, but like that's why it's so fucked up, guys.
It's fucked,
dude. I hate it.
It's fucked.
Girls literally fucking have like this ticking time bomb, and guys are like, no, chilling. I don't know if I want kids. They're like 50. I don't think about it in 10 years. I'm like, must be nice.
Well, I think it depends. It depends on the success of the guy, right? Because it's like some guys like probably.
But guys a guy can literally be like, yeah, I want kids at 70. No woman's gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna pop out a kid at 70.
Well, yeah, it's just like the eggs is not working that way.
No, like we have a time clock because we have certain bodily functions out. You guys, as long as you guys are doing whatever and doing, yeah.
You're so funny. Okay, so let's talk about your skincare stuff. When did you get into that?
I've had it for.
You have stuff
I
for
just
men?
had a year. Like a couple months ago, I had it my 1 year.
Do you have stuff for men?
I mean, it's for both.
Really?
Yeah, no, it's girl and guy.
This is like fitness.
No,
basically.
the thing is, so I wanted to get into the beauty space, right? But I didn't want to do something like. It's not like I always like to be very authentic to myself, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna be like a makeup line. I don't really love makeup. I'm like I like it sometimes, but like I'm not like a makeup girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't want to do like skincare, like topical stuff really, because it's like I want to get more into like I don't know, like how am I gonna like I don't know. I just wanted something really simple. Like I'm not like a huge. Like, I don't have, like, a 12-step program for my skin. You know, I'm not, like, sitting there with, like, serums. I'm very simple.
Yeah.
My mom washed her face with shampoo when we were little. She washed her bangs because my mom has bangs, and then she would wash her face with the same shampoo. So I'm like, I like to keep it really simple. So all the serums and stuff, I'm like, that doesn't really make sense with me right now. Maybe I'll get into that kind of stuff. I'm kind of simple, you know?
Yeah.
So all you do is eat 2 gummies a day. I mean, I wash my face, obviously, and I do, like, the little things.
Imagine you didn't wash your face.
No, I tell, because, like, we always tell, like, all you need to do is take the, and then I'm like, whoa. Like, still, like, moisturize, wash your face, like, do stuff. But, like, I think a lot of people, like, a lot of the serums and stuff that you're putting on your skin, like, I would rather have the benefits come from within. You know what I mean? Because people think, like, they're putting on this stuff on their skin, but then they're not taking care of their body. And, like, our skin is our largest organ. And the real, like, your skin really is healthy from, like, the inside, like what you eat and everything.
It's affected by your diet.
It's affected by that. Yeah. So you could be putting on the most expensive cream in the world every day, but, like, if you're eating, like, shit and, like, not taking your vitamins and all that stuff, it's not gonna do anything.
That's a fact.
So I have so it's just like good skin from the inside out.
So gummies.
Yeah, there's those little gummies, and then so it's activated C,
So what if
like
I eat just
vitamin
like the
C.
whole fucking thing?
I
Will
mean,
it make
you're not
my
gonna
skin
die.
really nice?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I
Just down it.
I'm sorry, I'm fucking trolling you.
Bradley, I'll kill you. I'm too tired for this shit. I'm kidding.
No, but you got to send me some. How come I don't have any?
I know, I
It's
should have
fucked
brought
up.
some. I have a bunch at my house, and
Yeah,
then I
it's
have a
fucked up.
hair one. So it's all
Was that a dig at me? Wow.
oh fuck no I I'm like I bring only the hair ones. I'm like
You're like, you need this, motherfucker.
so it's just all like I'm really like love mushrooms. So it's all mushrooms. It's
Wait.
snow mushroom, chaga mushroom,
okay.
reishi mushroom, and yeah. So it's just a little blueberry gummy. And
Mushrooms are amazing, by the way.
dude, the benefits of mushrooms are next level, and these ones help your hair grow. So.
Yeah. Mushrooms are crazy overall. What about like magic mushrooms? Do you like to take those?
The thing is
I love psychedelics.
the thing is like every single time I do it, I get a little paranoid.
All right, we're gonna have to. Okay. 'Cause what amounts are you doing?
If I take the tiniest bit, but for me, it's not a social drug for me.
Yeah.
It's like a very like intimate, like I've only done them when I'm home at my house with my friend. I've only done it like 2-3 times. It's always like in my house or like a boyfriend's
It
house.
sounds like you've done an amount of them, right? Because
Oh yeah, I make tea and shit.
oh, you go, okay, that's
Yeah,
amazing. I love mushrooms for real, but it's funny you said that you get the anxiety, like the paranoia of it. Because I've had that too with mushrooms, but I don't typically get that anymore. I think because of my experience with it.
But the thing is, if I do feel a little bit like that, I just like drink some alcohol or some wine and it evens it out.
Yo, you threw me off. That's so funny. You're like, I'll just drink some alcohol. Shit, that would make it worse for me because then I'd be like double worried. I'd be like, wait, why do I feel dizzy even though it's because of the fucking alcohol? And then it would get
I
bad.
don't get dizzy though on alcohol. Why do you get dizzy?
Well, not like dizzy, just like kind of wonky, you know?
I don't know. I'm like a very heavyweight with alcohol,
Okay.
and you know that.
Yes.
And remember, was it me and you or me and Kyle who shotgunned a beer and I beat you? I think it was you.
It was me. You didn't beat me though.
Yes, I did. I have video
No.
proof. It was so close, and we just say that I did.
Whatever. But let's talk about
mean-
let's talk about my story.
You're not a drinking champion.
No, I'm not. I'm terrible. We'll talk about my story when it was actually one of the worst experiences in my entire life
Really, to this day?
to this day.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're
to
really
this day.
I remember like years ago, you were like, hey, Sommer, like, don't tell anyone that, blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah.
yeah.
And now you're out here doing it on podcasts?
I'm going to tell it. I don't give a fuck. I got to tell the story. Yeah. I was always like, please don't tell anyone that. This is
Yeah.
true. So, holy fuck. It's crazy. Anyways, Summer and I went to Disneyland with your manager at the time.
My mom and
And your
was
yeah.
my sister there?
I'm not sure.
I think
Maybe.
No, I think it was my mom was there. No,
I think so. But like, I
maybe
don't-
she wasn't there.
No, it was, yeah, it was like,
No, yeah, I don't think she was there. No, maybe she was.
No, she wasn't
No,
there. She wasn't there.
I'm thinking of like another time that she was.
so yeah, anyways, long story short, the thing that I knew about you getting into this was like, you're from like Colorado, you smoke weed, you were like really a
Dude,
heavyweight,
I
like a
was,
major heavyweight. I don't know if you
I
are
was
now.
the hugest stoner. Like
Yeah.
people are like, do you smoke? I'm like, no. And then I'm like, but like I did. Like
You don't smoke anymore?
Crazy. No, I
Dude.
haven't smoked for like 2 years.
Yo, cause you were like a
Dude.
beast. Like you probably outsmoke Steve will do it type shit.
Dude, I would.
No, I'm telling you.
I literally would. I was next level. I could outsmoke anyone. Like,
Yeah. And then nothing affect. I remember watching you being like, what the fuck? Because I was just getting into like trying any of this
Mm-hmm.
shit, right? So Summer comes from fucking Colorado, and she's like a expert like with fucking marijuana, no problem. And she has this fucking gummy, okay? So
it was a little dancing bear.
Yeah,
My
imagine-
sister made me seem like a pussy when it came to marijuana, so you can just know how crazy she was, and she gave me those.
Okay, so
they're
it-
like potent as
but this is why it was bad, right? So imagine, you guys got this camera, imagine the gummy was in his baggie like this, and it was like flat against like a plastic background, right? And you're supposed to pick pieces off and eat it. So when I eat this gummy, it's in his bag like this, but imagine it was so hot that day, because like during the summer, it melted down into the corner.
Oh yeah.
That's where I fucked up. Because you're like, I was like, how much is it? You're like, I don't know, just take a piece. And I just took a piece. I probably like took like a condensed, concentrated piece.
Well, that's the thing with edibles is like you never know how it's gonna diffuse when like into the gummy. So you could take a little piece that's 10 or like 20 or like or one, you don't really know. It's kind of sketch if you're taking like a piece from like a one that was like really potent too. Like my sister, and those were the best one. They're like these little dancing bears.
Good. I wish I knew that. I wish I was. Like,
I told you that.
Yeah, but like you were like, it's nothing. Like it's easy.
I mean, yeah. I guess I was like on another level of being
you were different.
I had this dab pen. I would like put the dabs in it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you were different. So anyways, this is also when I was first getting like actually introduced to marijuana. So I would get paranoid or like too high and kind of anxious just from smoking weed, right? And this might have been like the third time I ever took an edible. But I don't think I told you that because I was like trying to like not look like a pussy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So anyways.
Yeah, I don't think you told me that.
I didn't tell you that, no. Anyway, so we're there and we're like, everything was chill and fun. I remember we parked and kind of far away. I think I drove my G-Wagon and
I know it's like that new. You only had it for like a couple of weeks or something. It was that red one.
Yeah.
Yes.
And anyway, so I don't remember when everything started to go really bad, but I'm talking about it was the literal worst experience of my life. Because the problem with edibles is like, you know, marijuana, if you smoke weed, you get high and then it kind of like can dissipate. Like edibles just kind of keep going, and depending on how much you took, it like just keeps going and going. So I remember getting to this point where I was like, I couldn't see straight. I felt like I couldn't walk straight. Everything was terrible. And I'm going to her and the manager kid, and I'm like, dude, I don't know. I feel terrible. Like I'm like trying to not look like a fucking pussy in front of you because I'm all like embarrassed. So I'm like, because I remember before I told you, I felt like that for like 25, 30 minutes. I was like, I can't say anything. Like how anxious I was.
I remember you just being silent, like just walking around, just like.
So we're in Disneyland. We're in fucking Disneyland. And I remember when it really hit me, it was like starting to get nighttime and the fucking parade starts. And so now there's all these lights. So imagine like everything is it's just too much. Everything all at one time. And then I'm like, yo, we got to go. And I remember we're trying to get the fuck out of there. I'm going to the bathroom and some kids like trying to take a photo with me. I must look like a ghost because I was all pale, scared. Like I was convinced that I was going to die. Okay.
Oh,
so
I know. Let
me explain this to you guys. I was like, I'm going to die. We need to leave. Like straight up. And I'm telling her at this point, and we're like leaving.
Well, it like escalated so fast. It was like, you know, blah, 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 and then before you know it, we're like, I'm driving too.
Okay. Yeah. This is okay. But before we got to that part, listen, this is so embarrassing. We're you know those big ass stairs in Disneyland, you go up the escalator to get to your car. But this is where it got really bad because I was so terrible on the whole way out where I feel like I'm fucking dying. Like I'm convinced I'm going to have a heart attack. We like walk back to this thing and then we can't find, because normally I'll always know where my car's parked, but I was so fucked up that I'm like, what floor was it on? So we're like going from floor to floor to try to find the car.
I don't fucking know.
Yeah, you were like,
especially if I don't drive, I definitely don't know. Yeah.
And so now this is where it gets fucked, man. We're like, I'm like, I can't drive. So you're driving, and
I don't work good under pressure, and like it's just a lot of like things happening. Like
because I was stressing. I was
crazy.
Yeah. Yo, I am. I'm not gonna lie. I'm legit telling her like I'm gonna die of a heart attack.
I'm literally
gonna die.
Like driving like fuck. Yeah. And I don't work good under pressure. You should see me parallel park when like someone's watching. I'm like,
Do you know what? The part that really fucked me up in this story that was so fucking funny looking back now, terrible at the time. But this is gonna be people watching this. Don't ever do this if you're too high. We're in the car. Summer's driving. The kids in the back. I'm on my phone looking at like symptoms of like heart attack and shit and stroke and shit. And I go, because I'm like, that's my heart. Like, why do I feel? And I'm like stressing about the way I feel. I'm like, I can't feel my arm and all this stuff.
I thought you were gonna die, but I knew you weren't because I knew it was just the edible. So I was like, fuck. And then I was like,
hold on.
He's gonna hate me for this.
Yeah, but hold on. Here's the fucked up part. I'm scrolling and I look at like it says like I'll never forget this. It says slurred speech, and I didn't say anything. And I'm reading it and I'm like, oh fuck, like I think I've been doing that, because then I start to hear myself talk, and then I said it. I remember I said it to you or to the dude in the back. I was like, yo, like I think I'm slurring my speech, and then you said, yeah, I think you are. And I remember that's when it sent me. No, I swear to God.
I think this was all in your head.
Maybe it was all in my head. I'm fucking crazy.
Bears were talking to you.
Dude, I was fucked. But so anyways, it like right when you said that, because your confirmation of me doing that, I think in my head it was like, oh, I'm done. So I ended up calling the fucking ambulance. We pull off the road. This is so funny. We're on like the 5. No, this is no cap. We're on the 5 somewhere.
No, I think we're still somewhere like by Riverside, wherever. Where is Disneyland?
Anaheim.
Oh, Anaheim.
So we're driving back on the 5. And
Okay, yeah.
I remember we pulled off. I was like, you got to pull over. You got to pull over. I'm calling the fucking ambulance. I was like, we're at this fucking gas station. The fucking...
No, we were just on the side of the road. We weren't at a gas station.
I thought we were at a gas station.
No, we were just on the side of the road.
Okay, well, fucking cops pull up.
You know, like how sometimes it has like a little thing where you can like pull off like a side? Yeah.
Okay,
like
so there must have been a gas station somewhere nearby.
Really?
I don't know. I think that I remember that. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm out of my mind. But I know they pull up.
I don't know if you knew it was happening.
I know they pull up and then like they're all like, dude, you're fucking fine. Like, you're just too high.
I was like...
Yeah.
It
What was
so
that?
Weird.
Yeah, I really did that. That was one of the most embarrassing moments of my life. I feel like one of the firefighters even like, oh, you're that guy on the internet. And I'm like, oh, this is the most embarrassing thing in my life.
Yeah, and then it's like on the drive home, you like started like settling down, and you're probably like,
Yo, no, I was super.
We didn't laugh about it right at first though.
No, you didn't.
Like
no, you guys were nice. I was.
Oh yeah, no, I was scared for you.
And I was apologizing. I was so sorry. I was like, fuck, I'm so embarrassed, and like I felt really stupid. Honestly.
But like a couple days later, we were laughing.
Yeah, a couple days later. It was great. When I was like, I'm not dead.
But like, yeah, the ambulance ride, I was like, oh shit, yeah, this is getting serious. Like I thought I was like, oh, I don't feel good, blah blah, and then it's like, oh.
Like, did you at any point where you like, is he actually fucked up? Like, is something actually wrong?
I think that I knew it was kind of that weed was like, because my dad did a similar thing in like Mexico. We gave him a piece of it.
Yeah,
and then so yeah, but I think then you wanted the ambulance there. I was like, do you think so?
Yeah, you're right. Because I remember you guys were trying to convince me like you don't need to.
Yeah. Do you hear my cough?
Yeah. What happened? What the fuck's going on?
Remember I said I've been sick?
Yeah.
I've been sick for like 3 weeks. My cough won't go away. So I'm not contagious.
I don't know. That sounds contagious. 3 weeks.
Okay, but you're not contagious. You're not contagious for 3 weeks. I'm saying.
Where's your mask?
I know. I show up with a mask.
Oh God, I would be like, take that shit off.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. It's just, sometimes the cough lingers.
Yeah. From what?
No, I've just been going like crazy, having no sleep, like doing so much. I was in New York, and then I went to Mexico, and I did all this, and stress. So
yeah, traveling does it to me.
I hardly ever get sick too. So when I do get sick, it's like my body's really like, bitch, slow down.
Yeah. So what do you travel for most now? Like, what do you do? What do you spend most of your time doing and working on?
I've been doing a lot for my Emirates brand, the beauty brand, and now I'm like doing a lot of like stuff for the DJing. That's pretty like much my 2 major things right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you enjoy doing? Put the mic a little closer to your face. All right. What do you enjoy doing the most?
Sleeping. I'm kidding.
Oh my God. Shit. That's my heart right there. No, I love
That's what I want to go home and do. Like, I'm so excited. I'm going to go home and like take a bath and then get in bed. You know, like when you're all clean and warm from the bath.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's
I'm
one of
so
my favorite
excited.
things. Do you ever light incense?
Yeah, I do love incense. I have so many, and I get them from Mexico. They have really good ones there.
What the where is it? There's like an incense place in Mexico. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I just find them places.
You go to Tulum, you're like, I'm finding incense.
Yeah, I get rings, incense, type vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any other types of like businesses that you're working on that people maybe don't know about or you want to start doing? Because I know you got the clothing stuff, you got the skincare stuff.
Yeah, for my clothing line too. Like every year I do a bikini drop, but I don't know. I want to like rebrand those bikinis and like do like a full on like bikini line, and really do like the style. Because it's like I have my stuff in like 800 stores in Canada, so they're like a lot of people aren't wanting the super thong like things that I like to wear. So. Yeah. Like, so I want to do, like, my own, like, really, like, bikini line that is going to be fire. Like, bikinis that I
You mean, like, more like, less revealing?
More revealing.
More revealing.
Yeah, the ones I have now are, like, not super revealing because you have to sell them to the masses of, like, 800 stores in Canada. So it's, like, the majority of girls aren't wearing, like, tiny thongs. Yeah. But I am.
Yeah, that's fair. What about, are you doing social media marketing or is it just you selling stuff? Like to these wholesalers?
I mean, it's in, they do it on their, it's in Urban Planet. Have you ever heard of Urban Planet? It's like a huge.
But you don't have like, you're not doing like direct to consumer stuff on social. You're doing it like to wholesale.
No, and then they do that in Canada, and then I have my shop in my warehouse here and
Okay.
I sell it from my site.
Okay.
But like, I don't ship to Canada.
Yeah.
So they do it all in Canada, and then I do it in the States on
Yeah.
my site.
And it's the brand is your name, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sommer Ray, yeah.
You never thought of like rebranding so like you'd get more. Like for me, I changed the BM Figure stuff that I did for years because it was just me selling stuff into raw gear.
Yeah,
and now it has a lot more life.
I think about that because I think a lot of people don't want to engage in the brand because it's like the stigma of like, oh, I don't want to support Sommer. But I have a long-term goal of like, like Michael Kors or like.
Yeah, I get you.
You know what I mean? It's like no one thinks of Michael Kors as a person. He was a person, but now it's just a brand name where it's like you have to go through those hardships of maybe people not wanting to support the name, but maybe 15 years from now.
That's the route you want to go.
That's the route I'm like,
got
because
you.
I think my name is a good brandable name.
It's a dope name.
So I think that, yeah, people might be like, about it now, but I mean, that's why I just am sticking with it because I do want that brand name.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. If I did have a brand name that like no one knew, if it was called like something super random, so many people would more support it because then it's like not tied to anyone. And then if they
Yeah.
like the clothes, there could be girls that like the clothes, but they're like hate her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
It's like it's interesting concept.
yeah, that's why I like the Amareus is really not, like, if you don't know that it's my brand, you don't really know.
Yeah.
It kind of has Ray in it, but it's not. It doesn't.
It's interesting how that works now.
No one knows how to pronounce it, though. No one knows ever how to pronounce it.
Amareus?
Amareus, yeah.
What does that mean?
It means, like, chief of leader. It has, like, this big meaning.
Yeah.
Like, chief of leader and, like, all this kind of stuff. It's really a cute little name.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
But I do find it interesting how like people tend to like not. I think because your brand and you are so like because it's your name and you're still relevant on social media that it's like it's easier to be like become that like I don't want to support her. Like I'd rather just buy from like some other random fucking bikini company.
Yeah.
Just because I don't know what the competition in that space.
Well, I think, yeah, some girls or people might just be like, oh, I don't want to support this girl or give this girl my money. Like, they know exactly who the person is going to, where it's like a random brand. Like, if you're shopping at any of those brands, I don't know, like, you don't know, like, who's getting the money or who's, like, behind it. It's just clothing.
Yeah.
So it's like, a little too personal because of my name. But there might be a day that I'm not relevant on social and like that. It's just, like, my name. It's like people might not even know who's the girl behind it. It's just the name.
Yeah.
So
who helps you with that stuff? Do you do all that stuff yourself, or do you have like someone help you manage that kind of stuff?
yeah, I mean, I have like a small team, and I have my business partner I've always had, and I have this like day-to-day manager girl that like she's like a lifesaver. She just does so much for me. I'm always trying to like grow my team, but it's like hard.
Hard as fuck. Yeah, that's been.
And it's really hard to find people that want to work hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've had so many assistants and stuff and, like, have to, like, let them go because I'm like, they just don't want to work and they feel so entitled. And, like, that's also the, like, era of social media. Like, people are making money by not doing so much work, so they want to be the same. But it's like, then do that. Don't try to be my assistant because you need to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you. It's definitely, it is. I think in relationship to, like, as a creator, you could tend to find people who are, like, I don't know, maybe like you said, they get demotivated to want to do more, to like do even just the job they're supposed to do, because maybe they might look at how you make money is so simple that it's like, oh, I shouldn't, I'm chilling too, but it's like, it is.
Well, also I feel like we just live in a very like lazy world nowadays. If you think about like how the hustle, or like my business partner always tells me like he used to be in the music industry, and you'd have to drive around and like give people your CDs, and like it was like a hustle. Like you'd have to drive to labels and play the song and crazy stuff. Where nowadays everything's we don't have to leave our house. You can give a label deal and not ever leave the house.
Yeah, everything is just from the phone.
It's
for
insane,
sure,
so.
especially in this space. That's for sure.
Yeah, no. I mean, there are people that don't even really know anything about the internet. Like, it is, like, not the whole entire world, you know what I mean? There are people who are still hustling. It's, like, crazy when you, like, take a step back and realize that, because when you're in something, you think it's the whole world. Like, I think, like, everyone knows social media. It's, like, a thing. And then you step out or you go to a different country and you're like, oh, these people are living a very normal life, and, like, social media is really no concern to theirs.
Yeah.
So.
Do you ever, like, envy that type of life? Because I do sometimes. I do, genuinely.
Oh, yeah, no, sometimes I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, if social media didn't exist, like, how, like, just having just a simple life, like maybe still living in Colorado and like marrying my high school boyfriend and having like 3 kids by now. It's like, maybe, I mean, less stressful. Yeah. I mean, the daily stress that you have to deal with of just like the maintaining, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, it's a lot. You have to always like strategize how you're gonna grow your brands, how you're gonna do this, how you're gonna stay relevant in like in everything. It's just like, and everything's so moving so fast and all this stuff. And like for me, I'm already in it, so it's like I would think that I failed if I didn't keep going. But it's like, say I never lived this life at all, and I didn't even know. So it's not like I felt like a failure or anything. I was just living my little simple life. But that's the thing with me too, is like I could be so content with such a simple life. Like my goal is like to do this, whatever, and then I want to go buy a ranch or like a little private island and have my horses and my little like
I know. Like I've talked to you about that before. I think you've always had that, like you want to just kind of be more simple. Yeah, no, I'm gonna be simple. So you know, it's funny that you said that's interesting is like you said that you felt like because you're in this, if you like didn't keep it going, that you'd feel like almost hard on yourself. You know, it's so crazy to me when I hear you say that, because when I first started this, like before I first started, excuse me, rather, like that thought when I had nothing, I remember like it was the idea that I was gonna have to move home because like I couldn't pay my rent, and I was like, okay, do I move home and live with my mom, or do I like live in my car and like continue to figure this out? So I think the thing that's really important is like I had that same exact thought before I had literally any of this shit. That wasn't even a thing. I don't even think Instagram was an app yet. This is how long ago. It was like my early 20s. Like it was like 21 or something. Like Instagram didn't even fucking exist yet. I think it was like just coming out. And I had that same thought just where in my living space where I was like, if I'm like, I couldn't keep paying for rent. My friends were moving. I didn't have like another place to go live yet. So I was like, okay, I either go home with my mom and live at home, or I live in my car and I just keep trying. And I remember thinking to myself, like, if I go home, then I'm a failure, because I was already in this thing that I thought I wanted to do. But I think it's really interesting and important to say for the people listening, like, that was even then, and then I grew to get all this, which I didn't even have like real understanding of. Like, it wasn't even a thing yet. What I'm saying is, even like at some point, like if you ever were like, yo, fuck all this, I'm gonna do that, I think it just depends on the kind of person that you are, like innately, that like you could still figure it out, because you did figure this out. Yeah, people might say, oh, you did it because you're butt, or you did it because of this or that, but like it's not that simple. And I think people don't really realize that like the internet is TikTok makes it look real easy nowadays, but like it's not as easy as just that. Like it takes a lot. And it wasn't
as easy back then. Like you didn't have like the kind of blow up like these like TikTokers are having now. For one, there's not as many people on social media back then, so like your blow up wasn't as crazy because there wasn't even as many people to even see it.
Using app, yeah.
But what was I gonna say?
Well, I was just saying I thought it was interesting because like a part of you feels like if you kind of quit it and said fuck all this, you'd kind of be a failure. But I was just relating to the fact that before I had any of this stuff, I was just saying I had that same idea in relationship to what I was doing at the time. And my point is like I understand where you're coming from, because of course I'd have the fear of like, if I stopped doing all this today and I did something like completely left field tomorrow, would I have been a failure? Would I have quit? But I just don't think like life is even like that. Like, because if I had nothing and was like, oh, if I don't do this, if I move home, then I'm a failure. I didn't have any of the stuff that I was failing from. Like I wasn't losing Instagram. It was just like, that's just where I was at in my life. So I just think it's important for people to understand like there's only failure in you just not doing shit.
Yeah, I think
whatever it is that you really want to do.
As a person, I'm very OCD and like very hard on myself for one, and very I'm very hard on myself. So it's like I would have to like really come to terms and like go to a positive place in my mind and be like, oh, but it's like, I don't know.
I've known that forever about you, and I'm curious why. I'm really, because like I want to ask you this. It was one of the things I really actually wanted to talk to you about, because I've known you for so many years now, and I'm like, why? Because I've had so many conversations with you completely off camera where you are very hard on yourself, and like whether it be like you're hard on yourself, like I don't know, the way you look or the content or like what you're like. My question to you is like, do you know now why you're so much like?
I don't know. I'm still getting there, but yeah, I'm just like very hard on myself, and like people see it when they hang out with me for a little bit. They're like, oh, people would think I'm like maybe a little cocky or full of myself. I'm like the least full of myself person. I'm very hard on myself, and I really do think I'm not shit sometimes. And it's like, I don't know. It's just like, I think the main reason is my mom growing up always talked about like her not like, oh, I look bad right now, or this or that, or not talking very poorly on herself. And my mom is like one of the most beautiful people ever, in my opinion. So I think it like messed up my young mind, being like, wow, if she's not enough, if she's ugly, if she's this, she always said it. You know what I mean? So I think that kind of messed, because me and my sisters are kind of the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think just like little things like that do like shape you into who you are, and you don't really realize.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to be nicer to myself. That's what everyone like around me is like, Sommer, you need to be nicer to yourself.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck. But I'm just very hard on myself, and I always like have this like burning passion to just like be the best. You know what I mean? It's like, I wish I was like content with like being nah.
Yeah. But it's the thing is
I just want to be like nah. You know what I mean?
The best is all subjective, right?
Yeah,
like that's the problem with
it. But like that's why you just have to be happy with your, like, I can't care about like outside opinions of like what they think is the best. I have to feel, but the thing is, I don't feel like that about myself. You know what I mean? So it has to. I don't know.
Do you think social media, like in your popularity and like comments and all the shit over the years, has affected like your own like self-worth, like your opinion of your own self-worth?
No, it's not even like the number of followers or the, like all that kind of stuff doesn't really matter. I think for me, I just know myself, and I see myself as this person that other people like, you know what I mean? I'm like blah 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 black girl blah blah for so long, and like that's not who I am. And I just feel like I have such a good message, and I just see myself where I want to be, and it's just respected and like a real like and powerful woman. And it's like, until I get there, I'm not gonna feel happy about it, because I'm not gonna be content with like being, oh, that girl that like got popular off her body, or like blah blah blah. It's like, but the thing is, if people try to say that, it's like, okay, then don't all the girls get popular off their body? There's a lot of hot girls, you know what I mean? And they're not getting popular off that. So it's just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some self-reflecting.
No, it's fine. Yeah, it's great. I think it's interesting.
I just mumble.
No, it's great. So what sort of content moving forward? Are you going to keep making YouTube content? Are you going to, because like I feel like maybe a space like this, not necessarily I'm trying to convince you to go make your own podcast, because everyone has their own fucking podcast now.
You know, me and Amanda had a podcast like 3 years ago, before a lot of people had podcasts.
Yeah. And then it just fuck what? You guys
we did 50.
I remember I did one.
We did 50 in 2 weeks.
What?
In 2 weeks, we did all 50. So we had like 5 people a day.
Why did you guys stop that?
Well, we just did it for a year. So we did it like in that 2 weeks, we filmed for the whole year, and it was just like things change in the 2 weeks. So it's like having a podcast, like where it's like it's like the changes in your life and stuff. I don't know. I definitely would have wanted to do it by myself, or like maybe by myself. But I don't know. I just feel like I mumble way too much and like say shit.
I mean, you could have someone help you like produce it, as far as like guide, because like, you know, like this isn't on, but sometimes like you have some sort of guidance. You could have like points you're going to talk about. Oh yeah. But this is not. I tend to don't use this at all, really.
Oh yeah, I mean,
but you could.
Everyone does have a podcast nowadays, so I'm like,
But it's just like, for the thing that you're trying to say, or the message that you're trying to give, it's a much better platform, right? Because like no one could sit here and be like, this is about your ass, because like it's sitting down. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, the thing is, that narrative for the most part is really not that there anymore.
Yeah,
it was just,
I agree.
It was just an old thing. It was just implanted into my head, because I think I was so young, and I think that was like so implanted that that's what people were like, ooh, about. So I think it like kind of scarred me. I feel like I probably have trauma from that, honestly.
Yeah.
So I always go back to that, but that narrative isn't like fully there. It is my like, I can't like be like embarrassed of that or deny the fact. You know, I have to embrace it. You know what I mean? But yeah, I just need to like. It's hard to have a voice when people don't want you to have one. You know, that's why you kind of like stir away from having one.
But just fucking say it anyways. Fuck it. You know, make the content that you speak about it. Because like you said, and we know the truth, that the good content that's actually helpful to people, it just never does as well. But there are people who will hear and be like, wow, I really appreciated this. And fuck it. Just do it for them. Fuck all these other people. Yeah, I have to do it for them. Because
then people, I'll go on podcasts like this, or I'll do stuff, and they'll be like, I'll go to my page and be like, this is not like adding up to what you're saying versus what you're posting. And it really does come to the fact of like, why waste my time and energy for things that people like hate on, and also don't even want to see or hear. Yeah,
but you know what I mean? But you have to go against him and be like, fuck you, I'm gonna do it anyways.
I have to just be like, fuck him.
Because like you'll still like, if you posted the butt thing or whatever thing, like they're still gonna be like, wow, this is amazing. just put the other stuff in between, and the people who want to see it'll see it. Fuck everyone else.
Right.
That's what I would do. But I know it's hard because as a creator,
it is hard to do it because when you're just doing something for so long the certain way, you don't want to change. People be like,
yeah, and at the same time that I understand the pressures of like getting likes and followers and all this view shit. And like I know if I post something that's a little like left field, they're like, the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna get versus 1 million views like 200,000 or whatever.
I mean, the thing is too with the whole like algorithm shit. I feel like people are caring less and less about like creators at least, or like whatever, fuck it, like caring less about like likes and comments and all that, because everyone's shit is kind of fucked up right now. So it's like it's not like one person is bad and like everyone's like, whoa, your shit's bad. Everyone's is.
Yeah.
For the most part. So you just gotta like post what you want.
Keep doing it. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like you should start posting shit. It's just more like.
But it's like sometimes when you have a podcast, it's like makes sense in conversation. But I'm just gonna like. So guys, like, you know, I
get it. But it's like take a clip. I'm sure there's a few clips from here that like, I know earlier you had like a lot to say. Not that you haven't had a lot to say during this time, but you had some good stuff that I think would do well. Okay. I'm not telling you to post it just for fucking, promo, but at Raw Talk. But no, for real. I mean, I just encourage you to do more of that stuff because like, as you age and as you grow, are you good? Are you dying?
I need to like let it out.
Yeah, go ahead, let it out. Jesus Christ. You sound super contagious.
No, I've been sick for like 2-3 weeks. You're not contagious for that long.
That sounds bad. Because if I get sick for 2 to 3 weeks, I'm coming for you.
You guys are not going to get sick, I swear.
It's fine. I never get sick, actually. Words are powerful. Anyway.
No, the thing is, I've been hanging out with like my whole team and no one's gotten sick because it's like a sickness I would have fought off, but my immune system was just so low.
Yeah.
Guys, just shut up. Hey, you're the one who forced me to come here, so.
No, it's fine. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you came.
Can you imagine I text you and be like, I'm sick? You'd be like, canceled. You would literally be like, fuck you, Summer. You're such a bad friend.
No, I would have for sure.
Yeah, so if I show
up especially after you were like, oh, wait, I forgot I'm going to Tulum.
It is my birthday.
I know. But you did.
I'm really bad with schedule. I'm like, like if Squirrel, like, the thing, like Squirrel was a person, it's me.
I know.
My brain is all over the place.
Trust me, I get it.
I think, what's that thing? Adderall?
Adderall. I don't think you should take Adderall. I don't know. Maybe,
no, probably
maybe,
not.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not.
I don't like messing up like the chemical balance in your brain.
Yeah, except
I like everything natural.
Except marijuana.
Except Molly. Okay.
Well, imagine. No, have you taken Molly before? Yeah, Molly's fucked.
Have you taken Molly?
Yeah.
Can you like edit out my coffee? And it's like they're like.
Don't worry. No, they don't care. They don't care.
Fuck.
Have you taken?
I'm like disgusting.
Have you taken Molly before? No comments. Fair. I've taken Molly before, and it was pretty good.
Bradley, what have the Full Send boys done to you? They've corrupted you.
This was way before the Full Send guys.
I'm just saying how open you are about talking about all this stuff.
Oh, I don't give a fuck anymore. Yeah.
I know you used to be like. Don't bring the weed around me in my videos.
Yo, it's true. That's true. I'm
still kind of like that. I mean,
I'll be honest. At one point, I just felt like, I don't want to do this or do that because I didn't want to like offend certain people. But I just got to the point where I just don't give a fuck. I'm fucking 33 now. I started this back when I was fucking 22.
I mean, I say do you? I'm
I don't give a fuck no more. But why don't you want to tell if you did Molly before that?
Hell yeah, motherfucker. Yeah. Of course I have. Just kidding.
No, I mean, it's all good. Anyways.
No, just kidding. No, I have not.
Okay, that's fair. Do you have any more questions for me? Because at the end of every podcast episode, we do audience questions. And Natalie, have you been getting those sorted? Huh? Have you been getting audience questions sorted? Yep. She's probably just fucking off on her phone, I could tell. Look, she's playing. You saw she was playing some random shit.
She's like, yeah.
But before you do the audience questions, we'll do 3. And if you guys want to send your audience questions in, what's the email? AskRawTalk@gmail.com. Boom. Or you can DM us at RawTalk on Instagram.
I like your little setup. It's cute.
Thank you so much. Thank you for coming for real again. Because we did it in the other room before, but this is like, I've never actually been more consistent with the podcast than this one.
So what's your schedule?
Every Tuesday at 11.
So every Tuesday you do one?
For the last year now, I think it's been. How long has it been? A year?
Yeah, because I just hit my year September 20th.
It's been a year.
Oh, wow.
I haven't missed. I don't miss.
Love that. Oh God.
No, this is one I can't miss. Yeah.
So wait, you have a guest every week, every day, every week?
Every week.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you have that many guests?
I just hit some to just like, I mean, not random people, but like, I just ask people. I DM them, I message them. I just keep. That's like probably the thing that I do every day, at least a little bit every day, is like I'm looking at people to figure out like, okay, can I get this person eventually, and then just keep contacting them.
Really?
Yeah, just stay on it.
See, that's the thing about me. I wouldn't want a podcast because I wouldn't want to have to always do.
That is the hardest thing. Relying on people to show up is the hardest
because
thing.
it's like.
But like, for example,
people are really just doing their own thing.
Yeah, for sure. And I just kind of like, for example, right now we did this. Tonight I'm flying out to go do a pod with Aiden because we're going to talk about the whole gambling thing getting cut off Twitch.
Does he live in Miami?
He lives in Miami. So I'm flying tonight to just go do that podcast tomorrow to fly back. And then I do the pod with Full Send now too, like full time. So we're going to like, we're supposed to do, I don't know if I could say that, but anyways, we're going to do like some other guests.
So,
but I've podcast full time.
You just do this on the like go. How do you do it on the go?
So in Miami, I have a whole nother setup. I have more mics and I have more cameras, and it's in Miami.
You have a place there?
No, Steve does. So I have it at his house. So I'll just pull up there. I'll do it at his house because this is my boy. So
Oh, sweat.
yeah. So,
that.
but yeah, no, this is what I do like full time. I love this shit.
You love it.
I love it.
That's amazing.
It's like, and like I said, we keep talking about this whole like, you know, concept of what people do and how people see it and how people like take like what, you know, that clip content. But people who watch these full like videos, you get so much more out of it.
Yeah.
And like the people who fully watch this will be like, wow, maybe if they never watched or heard more about you speak, they're gonna be like, wow, I really like this version of, I didn't know Sommer was like this. You know what I'm saying?
Or
and
they
I just
might
think
be like, that girl.
or they talk shit. But it's all good. But it's like,
Yeah, whatever.
It's just a good opportunity for people to really get to know someone for who they are beyond just like the thing they do, right? How they got there. That's what I'm interested in. Is like, because there's so much to it. Like we all saw you, or people all see you and be like, this is who she is, and they have this preconceived idea of who you are and how you got here, and then it can be completely shattered and completely different because like people don't know.
So, I mean, that's my whole like thing right now is just evolving and like rebranding.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rebrand my whole clothing line. Like I just have like a lot of evolving rebranding that I'm doing.
Yeah, even with yourself, it sounds like.
Oh yeah, with self, 100%.
Yeah, like fucking not dating anyone for a little
Single.
bit. Single Sommer Ray. That'd be that's a force. You gotta run that for a little bit.
Yeah,
I swear I've
no.
told you this like 3 fucking
Dude,
times.
you said it to me so many times. Yeah, no, it's gonna be a good thing.
I honestly think we said this the last time we did a podcast.
Probably.
Yeah, actually, we did. We
And
did.
I'm like, I wonder
And then
what
you're
I'll
like, the
say.
next week, you're
I
like,
hate hearing myself talk, so I'm gonna be 100% honest. I've never listened to a podcast or any. I hate listening to myself talk because I'm so cringed out. Because I'm like, why did I say that? Oh, bitch, you didn't make any sense. But you didn't even follow through with that like story. Like I always am like a little bit like cringed out. So yeah, I don't like to listen. So I don't know what the fuck I said.
you're fucking funny.
Also,
Yeah, go ahead.
TikTok has ruined like YouTube because the people used to love YouTube. Go on, you could post like a 20-minute video, 10-minute video. No, motherfuckers do not want to watch
no
that shit.
attention span. Yeah.
Dude, nothing. You know, like on TV show, because I'm actually doing this TV show called. I hate talking about things before it happens because I don't want to like jinx it and then it doesn't happen. I hate doing that. But it's gonna be like it's called like Girls in the Wild, and like you know how I like to be like out in the world and like out in the wilderness.
Nature. Yeah.
I'm gonna take like, well, it was supposed to be 4, but they've actually changed it to 8 because people's attention spans are so low that like in TV shows and stuff they need more characters to keep people inclined to watch it because they get bored so quick. But yeah, I'm gonna take girls out into the wilderness and do fun stuff.
And what? Like see if they can survive and shit or what?
Yeah, it's gonna have like some. It's gonna have different elements.
Yeah.
No, it's gonna be fun though.
You're not gonna take any boys? I'm not going out. No.
No boys.
Okay.
Girls in the Wild. It kind of goes against it.
Yeah, but what if like you had like a surprise boy?
Boop, you
know what
just
I'm
jump
saying?
out of the woods.
And I start lifting him and then smack myself in the fucking face or some shit.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
exactly what it is.
That sounds cool.
It's gonna.
Damn.
It's gonna be fun.
So give us those questions. Oh wait, before. Do you have any last words or any questions for me? I love this.
What?
I just loved it. I don't know what's happening next, and I'm just candid.
Okay, Bradley.
Go ahead, yeah.
Where do you see yourself in the next
Wow.
5 years?
Oh my God. The most interview question ever. Oh, I used to hate
Dude,
that.
I hate this question. Like when people ask me this, I'm like,
God
Whack.
damn. Fuck. But I gotta answer it. I mean, the things that I love the most, that I enjoy doing the most right now, growing raw gear. I enjoy the fuck out of that. I enjoy being a part of that. Also, like all the learning pains and like all the growing pains that I've gone through as far as like the company scaling and having athletes and learning how to like, you know, just deal with way more shit. I love it. Back end stuff, all that stuff. And I want to have the best podcast on the planet.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. That might not. That would take a little longer than 5 years for sure, because the GOAT, Joe Rogan, obviously he's got the crown. But I really enjoy this medium. I really enjoy this platform, and I really enjoy like being able to talk and get to know people. Because
No, I love it. I think it's a beautiful thing, and you're amazing at it. So
thank you. Yeah, I just think it's like I said, we've done all this stuff for so many years, and so many people want to be like, I want to be an influencer. I want to do this. But like how I grew, the thing that got me like all this stuff that people think is cool and they see it today, and you too, like it wasn't just from face value what you saw, right? There's always so much more that comes behind it, and I enjoy this platform because I just like to enjoy, I enjoy learning about the process, because my whole life has been about trying to understand like myself and my childhood and my traumas and trying to figure out these things, and talking to other people allows you to understand more about, like when I share with you, I understand more about myself. When I learn from you, I understand more about myself.
100%.
And it's all just
kind of like therapy in a way.
Yeah.
This is your therapy.
No, it kind of is, to be honest. And it's like you get different perspectives. You understand people's like
I think you
mentality.
like learn, and I think it like opens your mind to so much. Because sometimes I can be a little closed-minded, and then sometimes you like hear someone else's story or like what they've, and it opens your mind, and like you see things in like a different light sometimes, because you kind of like feel for them, or
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. And then I want to have guests that aren't just, because we talked earlier about like, relying on guests. That's a fucking problem. Like I also just want to have like people who are probably less influencery and like maybe more academic or more in like this like industry or that industry, and just talk to all kinds of people and just learn. Because it's just like, I don't know. I think what else is the fucking point of life? Like if I got all this money and shit that I have, it's like I want to.
I think even some people, influencers, whatever, are cool, but there are people that might want to have someone come on that talks about something that they like to learn. You know what I mean? About like someone who's in this or does astrology or something like that, and they can learn from them. So
I'm just interested in that. So that's why this is like, as far as content that I make now, this is what I enjoy the most, and I will not stop it until I'm fucking number one. And then obviously Raw Gear.
See, me and you are similar. I have to be number one.
Yeah, I have to, dude. It's gonna take me time, but I got to do it. And then growing the brands, relaunching my supplement company Origin again, and then just I want kids, man.
Shit, you keep saying this.
Yeah, I do.
You're just gonna be like, don't have no BMs.
Yeah. No baby mamas. I gotta have like, it's gotta be like a wife. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll figure that.
Don't get no BMs.
I'll figure that out. We'll figure that out. Let's get into these fucking questions. Go ahead.
All right.
Three of
So
them.
first one is, hey Bradley and guest, love what you're doing. Huge inspiration both in the gym and my personal life. My girlfriend and I were broken up for 6 months, and now we're back together. During our break, she hooked up with a few guys. I know she did nothing wrong, but I am still upset and jealous about what happened. Any advice on how to get past this?
Fuck.
I'm just not a good person to ask about this, because I have a strict rule. None of my exes, why I also don't get back with them. I think that if I have a boyfriend and we break up, and in that time they had sex with someone else, our bond is broken. Like, I can never be with them again, because I think that's like such a sacred thing. And like, now you've had sex with someone else in between that time. Like, I need to be with someone like we're the last people we've had sex with. I have like this weird, like, sex is like very important to me. So yeah, if you do that, checked off forever. Bye.
It's tough because like,
and guys always go out and do that. But wait, it's the opposite in this one.
Yeah, that's the thing that's fucked, is because for guys it's like, it can mean so little though. And I'm not saying that
I know
some
people
girls
would like downplay it because it's like, oh, guys don't care. But like, some girls are sometimes like that too. It doesn't mean that much.
This girl he's talking about had sex with a few different guys.
Oh shit.
So I mean, the question I have right away is like, how long were they together for? And did he say how long were they apart?
Like 2 days.
They were broken up for 6 months.
Okay, 6 months.
Didn't say how long they were together for.
Yeah, I mean, this is like, I wonder how old the guy is. He's got to be like in his early 20s or something. Does it say anything about that?
No.
We need more info. You're like, if you could have said a question, break it down.
It's tough because like, dude, I mean, when I think about this, I would think the same thing. I would for sure be like, yo, what the fuck? Like, you wouldn't want that to happen. But at the same time, like, I guess you have to judge and gauge, like, is the person to you, do you see like a real future with them, or is it just like young puppy love, whatever? But it's like, if it is valuable enough, like, to you, and you think it can become something, then you can give it a shot regardless of that. Because it's also as if I'm assuming the girl had sex prior to you anyway, so it's like, if it can work, it can work. But that is ultimately just an ego thing, and allowing that to, like, just to let it go. But That's fucking hard for
See,
a lot of people.
My
Like,
ego can't let it go.
yeah, you wouldn't let it go. And
I would not let it go.
I don't know if I would let it go
can't.
either. Like if it was like,
And then you let it go for like a second, and then like 3 months in, you're like, wake up one day, you're like, I fucking hate you. You slept with other people. It always stirs up. The thing is, getting back together is always so tricky because you can have like a moment of being like, I can put it past us. Like, I love you, and we have the amazing night. 2 weeks later, you could be like,
you're just mad.
You're like, I bring shit back up. I'll dig shit up from like, I'm like digging. I'm like, you get me in like, I'm starting my period or something. I'm not feeling good. I'm like, that one time 7 years ago, I remember.
It'd be like a nice ass day, and like he's like, oh, you want some like eggs or something? He's like, what about when you did this? Like,
I'm like, no. I remember what you did last summer.
It's fucked because, like I said, you just have to be able to go like, okay, is this person important or valuable enough, or do you see enough value in like you guys being able to continue this relationship moving forward, like that it's worth the work or the effort that you're gonna have to do internally? Because like that's all it comes down to is like, can you internally accept the fact and move on from it and not hold on to it?
See, that's the thing is too. It's like if you're going to forgive and forget or whatever, you have to actually do it. Because I'm the type, I'm like, okay, I'm over it, and then I bring it back up and I bring it back up. It's like that's never going to be a healthy relationship. You have to actually fully forget about it and get over it and let it be the past. But it's like it's so hard for people to do that, and you could have a moment where you think that you could do that, but then you have a bad day, and something triggers it. Like, I'll literally be in, like, a conversation with my girlfriend talking about what her boyfriend did. I was like, my boyfriend did something similar to that. I'm texting him. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to hang out tonight.
It's fucked. It's fucked. It ultimately, like I said, it just comes down to yourself and your ego. Like, can you, like, move past it? And it's hard. I'm trying to give advice, but it's so hard to give advice on something that I personally, I have not figured out. I'm not perfect at it. And it's like, it just depends on like how valuable this person is in your life and how much you see yourself being able to move forward or not. Like, can you do it?
And the question is, did he have sex with other girls? Because if he had sex with other girls, it's like, I hate when it's like only so one-sided. It's like, if he did it, then whatever. But it's like, if he didn't do it, then you kind of feel like, hey, I didn't do it, then why did you do it? You know, you know what I mean? So he needed to put that info in there. It kind of changes things. Because if he's like, I only fucked 10 girls, so it's like, bitch, come on. Like,
like you do have to like self-check yourself. If you're able to do it and you're okay with it, then like, you know, it is a little different though. Let's not.
No, that's the thing. Guys always think it's so different, but the hurt still hurts. Like the thing is like, okay, you didn't feel the
Wait, but it is a little different.
Okay, it's different, but it still hurts the girls the same. Like, okay, I didn't feel anything, but it's like, okay, you still put your dick in another bitch. It hurts me.
Yeah, but like, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, how is it different? It's not.
Okay, let me explain how it's different.
It's really not different, but they're like, it's not emotional for us. I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
Okay, well, let me explain. Is it emotional for you though when you have sex with a guy? It is for you specifically.
I mean, for me, I only have sex with boyfriends. I have to be very emotionally connected. I cannot do it without being very emotionally attached.
Okay,
yeah.
So,
but not all girls are like that. I have a lot of friends that are. I have girls that be like dudes. Like they just.
God damn! Do not introduce me to them. Oh shit!
No, they're out in these streets like not catching feelings. Like they don't want to cuddle afterwards. Like for sure, they tell me stories. I'm like, the tables are turning.
Dude, it's fucked. Dude, that's scary.
Dude, the tables are turning. You boys better be scared.
That's fucked.
That you guys are going to want to cuddle them. They're like, putting their pants on, like, don't touch me. I'm good.
Yo,
I'm serious.
Fucked. I just think it's different. I don't give a fuck. Because, like, a girl has to let that person in. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, it is because they're the ones getting penetrated.
Yeah, like, they got to be like, okay.
And they're getting... Obviously, yeah. So I could see why you guys can have this theory, but at the end of the day, it's still you guys are still doing the same fucking act, like sharing the same bodily fluids, saying the same, exchanging the same energy, doing everything that's the same. Like it's still.
No, honestly, I don't know if it's exchanging the same energy because
yes, it is.
No, because if a guy like energetically is exchanging none of it, like, but a girl has to.
No,
like,
it's just like
you
exchange energy just because it's sex. It's very intimate, regardless if you feel it or not.
But now I'm talking about something deeper, intention, right? If I go into something in intention of like, This is like almost just like fucking jerking off, and there was zero.
See, that's really how guys think, though.
I'm telling you, it's a real
Girls
thing.
and guys are so different.
But that's the
from each
point.
other.
That is why it's a fucking problem. That's what I'm saying.
That even that guys think like that, like, oh, it's just the hole. I'm just jerking off. It's like, ugh.
Yeah, that's.
Ew, this makes me want to be single. I love when I have like ick moments with guys because it just makes me not against you. I'm just saying, like, sometimes I get so icked out that I'm like, oh, I'm so single and happy right now. I'm like, guys are just so fucking. Guys really just like think so differently.
Yeah.
What's that book? Guys are from Mars, girls are from Venus, or whatever. It's like.
Well, that's why.
Yeah.
That's why. So it's tough.
Yeah, I see where guys come from, but the thing is, I don't buy that bullshit because you're still fucking another bitch, and it hurts me. And regardless if you felt it or not, I feel it.
I get it. Okay.
Because
I
it
understand
hurts.
that part. I understand that part. All
right. Like what? Like no person wants to like even imagine their person being with another person. Are you like that when I'm with someone? I can't even picture them being with like exes or like any random hookups. I would love to find a virgin.
Yo, you're so stupid.
Dude, I'm getting older now. I can't be like finding a virgin because only virgins are going to be like younger. I'm like, fuck, I got to find my virgin now. I would love to wipe off a virgin.
You're so stupid. You about to have virgins in your DMs. Like, no, honestly, you're going to have a bunch of dudes in your DMs be like, I'm a virgin.
They're going to be lying.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude.
Lying.
I've made mistakes to go on podcasts and talk about what I want and what I... Guys, watch these podcasts and they're my Prince Charmings. I swear I had this experience with this guy that I swear I feel like he like, I don't fuck girls. Like, it's very emotional. It's energy. I'm like, oh my God, me too. Wow. And then I'm like, he's a fucking liar. Shit starts coming up. I'm like, he lied to me. It's like realization, like they lie.
Yeah.
Dude, guys are fucking savages.
Yeah, but girls are the same shit.
I'm not.
Yeah, maybe
not. I just want someone that I like. I like a truth-telling, loyal dude. That's all I want. That like puts me on a pedestal.
Yeah. You had to have a lot of guys being like, I have a pedestal right here. Okay, let's do the next question. That was good though. That was a really good answer. I don't have the fucking answers on this one. I'll be honest. I'm not.
That's a good question.
I'm not sway.
We didn't have any answers.
So the next one says,
I'm
Bradley and guest.
Yeah.
Do you guys prefer, for Brad, do you prefer a gym girl? Do you prefer a gym guy since you guys are in the fitness space? What are your types of gym people that like significant others if you're looking for one? And what are red flags?
Yeah, okay, I'll be honest. I definitely prefer a girl that works out. I just have to say that. I mean, not that you have to be like a crazy bodybuilder chick or some shit. I just like a girl that knows the importance of the gym and like enjoys it and has fun. Like, it's important.
And they have to kind of understand it or they're just going to think that you're like a weird creature.
Yeah, for sure.
For me, I don't know. I've never really dated like a big gym guy.
Yeah.
But I would like to probably date a guy that works out because it probably would like help me and push me and motivated me. Because when I was in high school, I did date a guy that worked out and we did work out and it was fun. But the thing is, I don't like no protein farts.
Yo, what are you?
Sometimes guys that are too into working out with the shit, their farts and shit are just gross.
Okay, so now I have a question. You just raised another question. Imagine this guy's like perfect though. The perfect guy puts you on a pedestal, super loyal. So are you telling me now this guy fucking rips ass once and it's like he fucking almost like, let's say he was in bed and like Dutch oven pulls it up and it smells like shit, you're gonna be like, oh, we're done, dude.
No, I'm not crazy like that.
Okay.
I'm like, if they do some like disrespectful shit, like I like my doors open for me. I like to be treated like a woman.
Okay.
I like to be very respected.
Okay.
Like,
so theoretically, guy, everything exactly like that, but he has nasty protein farts every day.
That's fine.
Okay. All right.
But also, what I'm kind of realizing in my dating too,
okay.
I've always dated guys where I pay for everything.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, so I'm kind of realizing the older I get that, because I used to think I had power in it. I used to be like, I have power in this situation because like
every guy though.
No, but the thing is, I realized that maybe my power is in having them pay because like I'm the prize.
Yeah, I feel like you would have realized that a long time ago.
No, I didn't.
Like,
I didn't. I literally thought that I didn't want them to think I owed them something or like they had something over me. I don't know. I'm weird. I've literally dated a guy for 2 years that I paid for his damn phone bill.
I don't know why.
I paid for everything. He didn't have a damn dollar to his name.
But this isn't the last guy. Let's be clear. That's not the last guy.
No,
The
first guy.
Yeah,
the first guy I dated when I was in LA.
Yeah.
Like first moved here. But Yeah,
The last guy, you didn't pay for all this stuff though. There's no way.
Not everything, no.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, that's a weird. I don't know. That's a weird concept. But I get it, because the idea of like you paying so that you feel like they don't have like control or like
Yeah, I don't like guys having any control over me.
That's tough.
And that's
because
why
guys kind of want that though.
Yeah, no, and like then
Maybe
I
you gotta
struggle.
let that go a little bit.
Yeah, I knew
To a
I need
degree,
let
like
it
a
go.
little bit.
But I don't date guys I respect. I think that's the issue.
Ooh, that's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah, because when I'm paying for everything, I'm not talking about every relationship. I'm saying like as a broad spectrum, like maybe 3 of them were like
Got
this
it.
and 2. So it's just like not like one certain person.
Right.
But I don't respect a lot of them. No.
That's something you really got.
I think I need to really find someone that I really respect, because I'm always like the breadwinner, and like I like to maybe date guys that I'm more successful than and doing, because then it's like I feel like I have control.
It's kind of like a dude mentality. I'm not gonna
Dude,
lie.
I kind of am a dude. Sometimes when I talk about dating and stuff, and like how I'm like very like I don't want my man fucking, because guys are like that. I don't want my guy fucking any girl,
Of course.
Like I'm kind of like a guy when it comes to dating.
Damn.
Maybe I should start dating girls. Oh, yeah, I'm a sugar mama and I'm a dude.
Damn.
I'm like come out lesbian. Just kidding. Ew, I could not. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's
like
all good. It's all good. No, but yeah, maybe switch it up. Like let a guy take care of you, see how you like it. Like give a little. You got to give a little control. Because if a guy doesn't have any of that, he might feel like what the
and
fuck?
then I demasculate them, and
Right.
then they're like, you know what I mean? And then I'm like, you're a loser. But then I did this to them. Like I feel bad. So yeah, I think this is the solution.
Okay.
No boyfriend.
Yeah, for sure. Until you figure this shit out. Because that's tough, man.
I know. Is it bad to like share all this shit?
No, dude.
People are gonna
Nah,
be
it's
like,
fucking-
what the fuck?
No, it's real. It's real. It's not bad at all. And I'm sure a lot of people fucking deal with the similar types of things. And we all deal with the same kind of shit. Do we have another question?
Yeah.
Okay.
This person gave like
Did
a
we
bunch
even
of questions,
answer the
but
I don't know if we did. Wait, hold on.
Did we answer the question?
What the question about gym? Yeah, you said
Okay,
you
yeah.
don't really date.
Okay.
You said you don't really date gym guys, but like maybe. And then
Sorry,
he said
sorry.
he likes gym girls.
We get so like.
We're just so fucking.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, your guys' ADHD is kicking in. It's okay.
So hard.
So I guess goes along the lines with the same thing as taking medication. Like, what are your thoughts on antidepressants and different things?
Oh.
And what do you think? Do you think there's a stigma about them?
I think they're fucking terrible. Like, I'm not gonna say if you're on it and you've been prescribed it. Like, I'm not telling you just cold turkey get off, because it's gonna probably cause some issues. But I think overall, all these things are like really, really harmful to you and actually just make you dependent on them more and more, and not actually fixing the problem. I think there's other things that you can do to really fix a problem and like develop habits around your issues that are going to be more beneficial to you in the long run. I think these are just
Like
band-aids.
masking it.
Yeah, and anytime you band-aid something, it's like you're not fixing it. You're just
Yeah, like
you're covering it
pushing it
up. You're
down.
covering up. Just like like we were talking earlier, like things you deal with, you just push them down, but like it's still there, and you just reliant now on a drug to like be quote unquote normal. And I think
And
that's a really slippery
You
slope.
don't really know what the long-term, like that's why I'm scared to ever do stuff like that, because like the long-term effects of what it's doing to your chemical balance in your brain, like it could be really like messing you up more and not even knowing.
Yeah, like actively changing like your fucking genes and
Your
shit.
DNA, your like your personality, like you know what I mean? Like taking those things can really alter who you are probably over time.
Yeah.
It does work for some people. Like my sister is on it, works great, but then my other sister tried it and like was getting like terrible like night terrors, and like it works for some people and not. But like if you can, I'm always like, if you can do it natural, do it natural.
100%.
And yeah, there's some people, I don't know, it's always like with those type of medical things, like I'm not a doctor and like I don't really know what to say, because it's like some people have like really, like you don't know what people are going through and they really might need it. And I've like, one of my friends was telling me they're on it because it's like it runs in the family, genetic depression or something. So I don't know. Like, I don't know if you can go therapy for that. It's like so much stuff that I just like don't know.
No, you're
I
right.
just
You're
don't
right. And like I said, to be fair, like I'm definitely not giving you doctor advice. I think there are other ways that you can figure these things out, but like you're right. Like I don't know the severity of the symptoms.
Yeah.
I don't know the severity of like the actual.
Yeah, we're
cause.
talking about like on a very base level, because there are people that are just gonna be like, I don't feel good, I'm demotivated, and I'm unhappy in my life because I don't like my job and I don't
So
like
I'm
this,
depressed.
so I'm depressed and I'm gonna go get on medication. For me, that's like maybe like try some other things, but like if you have a great job and you're doing all things and you like are just really like something really medically wrong with you, I have no like really
Yeah, we're not fucking
opinion
doctors.
on that.
Yeah. No, you're
but
good.
like the lazy people that are just like wanting like a one fixed pill, because sometimes I'm like, is it gonna make me into like a different magical, hardworking, like very like focused person? Fuck, I want it. But then I'm like, okay, no, I don't. Like, don't be lazy, Summer. Like, don't do a quick fix, because people always want like the magic pill.
Of course. We're like, that's what I'm saying. We're all fed that.
And
We're
it's
all fed
really
that.
no magic pill.
Yeah.
And
in no way.
There's no magic pill for anything.
And everything has some sort of repercussion too. So it's like,
There's always some fine print.
yeah.
And in those cases, it's like, might make you kill yourself.
Oh my God, the fucking commercials
my
with
God.
like,
Dude,
where they're
it's
like,
like
yo,
the
it
21
cures this, and then it's like, but you could die. It's a
But you
tumor.
could die, and you might stab someone in the middle of the...
Yeah.
It's like, holy fuck.
Those are honestly really funny. It's like my fun, like, I love that
And they're
shit.
so serious, and it has like the people, and like the kids, like kicking a soccer ball,
music
like,
and shit,
it's like,
yeah.
and it's just like, you're like, oh my God, they want to normalize the fuck out of it, guys.
Yeah.
I cuss like a sailor,
Who cares? It is what
like
it
a
is.
truck driver. I know, I'm like
A
horrible.
truck driver?
Like a truck
You're a
driver.
fucking weirdo, dude. It's so funny.
No, I am bad.
No, okay, we're done. No fucking boyfriends, Sommer Ray. No more boyfriends, please, for at least a little bit till you figure shit out.
Yeah, no more boyfriends, just figuring
Let's
it
not
out.
have this conversation.
And then I'm
another 2
like,
years.
next time I'm like, I'm getting married.
Yeah.
I think sometimes too I like to mask my problems by having a new boyfriend, because it's like, no,
Yeah.
you don't really sit like, oh, why did that last relationship not work out? Blah, blah. I'm like, let me just get a whole new boyfriend, start
Yeah, but
over.
That's so many people's problems. Like, that's a really, really accurate. Like, a lot of people jump from this to
And
this
I
to
think
this.
sometimes it's like fun having a new boyfriend, because then it's like they're new friends. It's like you enter like a new world, and you don't really have to care about yours, because
Yeah.
you don't really even have to like have like your own like, you know, because you go into their world, you can be friends with their friends, blah blah,
Yeah.
blah. You like meet new people. It's like this whole thing, and you can like leave your old life behind you almost.
Yeah. Well, it's the same thing. We're talking about like the avoidance of the actual
You're just
cause.
avoiding it.
Even like we're talking about the depression, the pills for it. We're talking about social media. Like, you're avoiding your actual life because you can focus on negativity in someone else's life. That we're just constantly taught to avoid what's in our hearts and what's in us.
Right.
And that's the thing. More people just need to talk about that, because like, that's the thing that you need to work on. You specifically, me specifically, like, to figure yourself out so that you can be the best version of yourself, so that you can actually bring someone amazing in your life.
See, that's the thing.
So-
I have to like stop mediocre and like settling for like, you know, like, and like work on myself and make me the best person.
You
Because
gotta get a guy that's gonna control you. I'm
Because
kidding.
when the right person comes around, I'm gonna fuck it up, because I'm not like, I haven't healed from things, and I'm not like in the
Yeah.
place where I need to be. So I have to get myself ready for when that right person comes. I can be like my best self.
Exactly. Damn.
In like 30 years, okay?
Whoa.
I'm single for 30 years, guys. Okay.
Okay, you know, whatever, some time. But that's
How long would you like to like think?
at least a year, please.
Yeah, I think
hope
a good
so.
year.
At least a year, because like, you actually have to do the work. It's not just like, oh, I thought of some stuff this week, I'm good next week. I
Yeah,
got a
no, I'm like,
boyfriend.
guys, well, I went on a podcast and I talked about being single,
Yeah.
so I can get a boyfriend now.
Yeah, it's like, can you just do the same shit? You gotta get
Yeah,
at least a year.
I have to, because it's like when you can't do the same thing over and over again and expect the same different results. You know that saying?
Yeah. Einstein
Very
shit.
basic.
Yeah, no, you got that.
Yeah, I have to just change it up, switch it up.
Do it.
Let's do it.
All right. Thank you so much for coming, Summer.
Thank
I
you,
appreciate
Bradley.
it.
I love
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, I love you too. You're amazing. You've always been a solid fucking person too, by the way.
Oh,
I
thank
just hope the
you. You
internet
think
knows
I
that.
always stay the same?
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
when I go home to my family, it's like they're like, now they're used to it, but I feel like for the first year, I think they're all like, is Summer gonna change? Is she gonna be weird? Is she gonna be different?
I've known you for 8 years. You've always been the same in that sense. You've never been like a weird where I'm like, oh, she's like Hollywood or she's different. Nah, you've always had like your issues, your things, like your. No, it's fine. It's
Yeah.
fine. We all do. But
Yeah.
you've never had this weird like. I've never hit you and been like, oh, she's a bitch now. What the fuck? Never.
No,
Never.
like my family, they always like, I'm very solid. Like I think that's also, I'm very grounded, like my relationship with God. Like I just have like my values and they're never going to change. And I think that's what keeps me like that.
Yeah. You gotta shift a little, you know.
Oh, there's some little things I need to change.
Let
But
the
in
guy-
that space, I'm good. I just have some personal issues that I need to deal with.
We all do though.
We all do. At least if you're willing to admit it, that's the first
Yeah.
step to changing and being on the right path.
Yes, that's it. Thank you for coming for real.
Thank you. I know I
appreciate
keep talking. Everyone's like, "Hey, we're
No,
leaving."
it's fine.
They're like
No.
turning off the lights. I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah. Yo, fuck. All right, we're out of here. I love you guys. Subscribe to the channel every Tuesday, 11 a.m. on iTunes, Spotify. Drop reviews, all that good shit. Let's run this up. #1 podcast in the world. Let's fucking go, baby. I'm out of here. Not. She's like, does not worry about carrying stuff. The praying mantis.
Hey, dude.
Do they bite? We're trying to put them in the plants. Holy fuck.
He just looked at me.
Sommer just does like, you do this kind of shit.
Yeah.
Like, you're wild with animals. All right, we're out of here. Subscribe to the channel every Tuesday, 11 a.m. #1 podcast in the world.